HP Chat Track in association with the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited presents Paris Ayad. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field in independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What if I said?
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad.
Check and feel at the topic.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead.
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set.
And we are live once more from the Jamaica Pegasus. Yes, HP Chat Track and Unseen Sports TV. We are live once more from the Jamaica Pegasus. And today, day 4, we have a lot to talk about, people. So welcome, welcome. Welcome wherever you're coming from, whether you're coming from Europe, Africa, Antarctica, Oceanic, North America, South America, wherever you are coming from. Welcome to another day of track and field, and of course we are excited. We recovered from yesterday and we are back to give you more today, and thank you also for joining us. And just to say thank you to my sponsors who have made this event a success. Thank you to the Jamaica Pegasus, Singer Jamaica Limited, Micah Sportswear, Wet Sundays continues on Facebook, and also HP Entertainment. Thank you for joining us once more. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
I'm all right today. I'm all right. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm okay as well, HP.
Have you guys recovered from yesterday?
Well, I think so. I think so. But the YouTube space, you want to be on it, you want to, put out your content and stuff. So you're going to make sure that the audience are filled with information.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
As for me, it's the Olympic Games. Disappointments happen, but it's an opportunity for new talent, for new individuals to rise to the occasion. And even though, what happened in the 100 meters and then later in the 200 meters this morning, would have been disappointing. I'm happy that new talent has emerged, and it's the gold medal is still in the Caribbean, so I'm grateful for that.
Indeed, indeed. Yesterday was a low moment for many of us, especially if you're from Jamaica. But we know how to bounce back, and of course, Shanika Ricketts and Regina Campbell, kind of bring back some energy into the Olympic Games for us. So we're just here today to look at more track and field. And of course, the men's 100-meter final comes up today. And of course, Jamaica, we have high expectations of our men. But we just want to touch a little bit on the women's 100-meter yesterday. Not long, we're just going to touch on it a little bit and then move on. Go ahead, Aki.
Okay. All right, so good day, everyone. So the women's 100-meter results, as stated as follows. So Julian Alfred from St. Lucia, she is the Olympic champion. Her time she won with a time of 10.72, which is her national record. Shakira Richardson was in second place of the United States of America. She ran 10.87. Melissa Jefferson, she ran 10.92 seconds. She's also from the United States of America. Daryl Neater of Great Britain, 10.96. She finished fourth. Twanisha Terry finished in fifth, also from the United States of America, 10.97. Mujinga Kambunji of Switzerland finished sixth, 10.99. Tia Clayton of Jamaica 11.04, and Marie Jose Talou finishing in 8th place in 13.84. So as it relates to the women's 100-meter results, I just want to give some context here. So Julian Alfred's time of 10.72 would have only been best in 3 Olympic Games. So these Olympic Games would include 1988, 2016 and 2021. So only 2 women in Olympic history has run faster than Julian Alfred's 10.72. So it just shows you the form that she was in going into the Olympic final. You know, even I just want to speak to something. So a lot of persons were, saying, because of yesterday's event, Sha'Carri wasn't at her game. Shelley wasn't running. Shelley was injured. Sharika Jackson was also injured. So, that would have presented a great opportunity for Alfred to win. But I just want to highlight that 10.72 is a very, very fast time. And, very, very fast time.
Indeed.
And the fact that she was able to run this time suggests to me that she was, her coach prepared her to win the Olympic title irrespective of the form of her other competitors. So it was a great performance from Julian Alfred. As relates to Sha'Carri Richardson, my apologies, I'm proud of her. Given the circumstances, she really delivered as a true professional. Coming out there, her race, in my opinion, wasn't the best executed race. However, she still delivered and ran 10.87, which speaks to her talent as an individual and how much she's growing as an athlete. Melissa Jefferson, everybody's dark horse. I remember it was on Friday when I said that if one person who I believe, if they were to win the women's 100 meters, I wouldn't be surprised. Melissa Jefferson would have been one of them. She's a true competitor. Good to see her transition from the NCAA level. And I just want to give you guys a fun fact that all three of these women are NCAA champions. Melissa Jefferson, NCAA champion when she was attending University of North Carolina. Yeah, University of North Carolina. She won the NCAA title in the 60 meters. That same time when Kemba Nelson was favored to win. Sha'Carri Richardson, she's a NCAA champion from 2019 for LSU. And Julian Alfred, 2023, she was the double NCAA champion. So, it's good to see that. It's good to see athletes transitioning from the NCAAs into the pro circuit.
Yes.
Continuing a rich history of NCAA champions going on to become Olympic champions.
And just to touch on that a little bit, because the narrative is out there that NCAA athletes are not able to transition on the big stage. So it was very good to see that we have quite a few NCAA athletes who are really transitioning and doing well at these championships. And of course, Jamaica too has one of them who is favored for the 400 meters. So it is a good look that they're able to transition in such a short time and become Olympic champion. Because Julian Alfred, for me, she is like she just walked right out of high school straight into stardom.
Indeed.
There was her transition is so flawless. She went right into university. She did awesomely well into university, and now she's a pro and she has done awesomely. So when you look at her transition from one stage to the other, she is flawless. Not a lot of athletes can do this. But before we go further, let us just...
I want to say something on Julian Alfred as well. Sure. Yesterday, in her little interview after she win, she said, "Big up Jamaica."
Yes, I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah, man. It
Big up
warms my
Jamaica
heart,
for playing a part in her development.
Yes, she said Jamaica.
And as a Jamaican, as a coach, I'm feeling overwhelmed right now.
Yes.
And just to give context into the magnitude of Julian Alfred's performance. Julian Alfred is actually the only St. Lucia, I should say. St. Lucia is the only other nation, only other nation in the English-speaking Americas to have a medal in the Olympic Games in the 100 meters other than from Jamaica and the United States of America. So no medals from Canada, no medals from Bahamas. This is a big deal for St. Lucia.
Indeed.
So at this point in time, the men's 400 meters are on track. What I can say is that DeAndre Watkins, the national champion, he would be in the repechage round of this event after he finished 8th place in the heats.
Wow.
And at the moment, we see Sean Bailey running the heats.
And Norman.
And Michael Norman. And Sean Bailey is doing really well at this point in time. He is currently...
He's currently in 4th place. 5th place now.
Yeah, 5th place.
4th place.
No, yeah, 4th place. So that means he will be running. He possibly will be running the repechage round as well.
Yeah. And just to touch on that, and this is why I like this new addition to the Olympics. I love the repechage round because what it does, it gives you a second opinion, a second chance in order to prove yourself and to get into that semifinal. And I'm in love with the repechage round because I see where it is helping Jamaica in quite a few events so far to get to that next level.
But sorry.
I have a question though. When you win that repechage round, you get a fast time. You know, you get a better lane draw going into the semifinal.
That is a very, very good question.
Because I think that would be unfair.
No, I don't believe that you get a favorable lane draw because the top seeded athletes will get the best lane draw, and you being the repechage round means that you're not one of the top seeded athletes. As relates to the 400 meter event a while ago, Sean Bailey actually ran 44.68 seconds in the 400, which means that he could be in pole position to be one of the fastest non-automatic qualifiers. So pay attention to that. So he may not have to run the repechage round. Indeed.
Indeed. And you know, I was having a discussion yesterday. We were having a discussion off air, and you know, I was saying that the 400 meters, the quarter mile is so competitive. It is ridiculously competitive, and it shows today that our national champion wasn't even able to finish in any of the top spots. That's how competitive this event has become. But as I said before, I love the repechage round because an athlete can get an opportunity to redeem themselves.
So just to clarify, so the men's 400 meters, so it's 3 from each heat qualify to the next round, and then everyone else will go to the repechage round. So as things stands, Mr. Sean Bailey, he will be going to the repechage round.
But as it stands,
there's a next question
too.
too.
The bubble. He's the one on the bubble.
No, there's no bubble. There's no bubble.
No bubble. Yes.
There's no bubbles.
Yes.
So it's only 3 from the heat,
and then
everybody else into the repechage round.
And based on the times that we're seeing from the 2 heats so far, he would have had the fastest non-automatic qualifying. So he should do well in that round to get to the semifinal round.
Yes, because his time is actually faster than Matthew Hudson-Smith. Time that Matthew Hudson-Smith run in the first heat.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
There's another question too I want to ask about the repechage round. Is when an athlete knows that, hey, if I, go into this heat and there's a lot of person that I can just run normal because I know I'm going to be in the repechage round, and then you may be placed in a repechage heat that has less competition, and you automatically qualify into the semifinal. So what would you say about that as well? What
I would say about that is that an athlete, and I'm going to speak to an example this morning. So any athlete who, and the repechage round is for the weaker athletes. But for the stronger athletes, people say, okay, but the stronger athletes may take advantage of the repechage round. The aim of every athlete is to make it to the next step.
Right.
So if you can make it to the next step from the heats, the goal is accomplished, or the goal is achieved. The goal is achieved. So as it relates to the repechage round, what I will say is that the repechage round provides opportunity for athletes who may pick up a slight niggle or maybe feeling something, not to go all out in the heat and then get some rest and then come back in the repechage round, to really give a better performance. Like for example, Mr. Credinton in the 110 meter hurdles, he said that he felt something prior to the race and decided that he was not going to go all out in the rounds, and that's why he ran very casually in the first heat, because he just wanted to finish in order to qualify. But he said that he just wanted to get the rest and then come back for the repechage round to to give himself a chance to make it in the semi-final.
And you know something, I don't even know if the repechage round is really for the slower athletes or the slowest athletes, because if you look at the time that Sean Bailey ran, he ran 44.68, and if you look at the time that won the first heat, he's way faster than the time in the first heat. So I am thinking that the repechage round is there to help athletes who had maybe a bad race in their first round, so it gives them an opportunity to get to the next round, because the idea of the championship is to get your best 8 in the final. So I don't know if it's necessarily the slowest athletes, but I think it is there to help seeded athletes that maybe had a bad first race.
Understood. Agreed.
So now the third heat, heat number 3, I should say, is on the track.
So the third heat on the track, we have Mr. Nadori of Botswana. Yes. Botswana. Muzala, he's in lane number 2. Lane number 3, we have Muzala Samukonga from Zambia. He's actually the Commonwealth champion. So he'll be in he'll be in lane 3.
Nice.
Lane number 4 is a Czech athlete Kresh. Oh, I don't want to mispronounce his name. He's in lane number 4. Lane number 5, the German athlete. Lane number 6 is Mr. Pillay of South Africa. So I just want to highlight that he was in the 400 meters at the 2021
2021
or 2022
2021 Olympic Games.
No, not 2021 Olympic Games. 2022 World Under 20 Championships. I highlighted him because it's good to see that athletes who did well at the on the 20 junior level really transition into the senior level. So yeah, good to see Mr. Pillay there. You have Dylan Borley of Belgium. He's in lane number 7. Lane 8 is Sito of Italy, and lane number 9 is Nakajima of Japan. So who do you expect to qualify from this heat?
Sheet is that?
Heat number 3.
Heat number 3 in the 400 meter. Even though Botswana looked the favorite in this heat with 44.10, which ran this season. So, hopefully he is the favorite to take this one. But of course, it's championship. And we know what championship is about.
What I will say is that I believe that all the 3 Africans in this race should be top 3. However, if there's anyone to break up the order, I would look at Dylan Borley as well as Sito of Italy. So going back to the women's 100 meters. Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to a few honorable mentions. So Daryl Nita, she was in the final in 2021. So Daryl Nita was in the final in 2021, and it's good to see her again back in the final. She finished 4th, and I believe that her performance was very commendable. She has improved.
Greatly.
She has improved because she managed to run sub 11 in all 3 rounds, and I think that is something that should be celebrated. Another person I want to shout out to is Miss Twanisha Terry.
Yeah.
Yes. Yesterday I said don't be phased that she ran 11:17 in the rounds and then 11:09 in the semifinal, because this is someone who, if she's in the final, she's very dangerous, and she showed that she finished 5th in an Olympic final in 10.97, and I'm very proud of her. I'm proud of the body of work that she has put in and how she has improved over the years. And as I said before, when I look at Melissa Jefferson and Twanisha Terry, those two women remind me of the gutsy Americans of the past. I will admit, I would say that Sha'Carri is a very talented individual, but in terms of gutsiness and heart, trust me, man, Twanisha Terry and Melissa Jefferson, I get that from them.
And the thing about TT Terry, as she's affectionately called, is that she have these two young ladies who are pulling her. She is motivated by her teammates, not just her teammates by country, but also her training partners. All three of them are coached by the same coach in the same camp. So she is motivated by them to do better all the time because she wants to be in the final with them. She wants to be on that relay team with them. She wants to be at the championship with them. So, it is a good look for her. And see, we have here Botswana actually finished second in the third heat of the men's 4x400 meter relay.
Which was won by the Commonwealth champion Muzala Samukonga
from Zambia.
44.56 seconds. And Luca Cito of Italy, he finished third in 44.99. Mr. Pillai of South Africa, he will be in the repechage round of the event, as well as Dylan Borley.
And company.
And company.
And let us just see if we can quickly look at some of this morning's performances. The 200 for women. A broken heart again, gentlemen?
Broken heart indeed. However, I would say that I'm not surprised, given that she pulled out of the 100 meters. I would have loved for her. I would have loved to see her fit Sharika Jackson run in the 200 meters. Given that it's her third Olympic Games. However, I do believe that she's young, and I believe that there is an opportunity for her to at least run on next Olympic Games if she remains fit and doesn't have any injury issues or so. As relates to the 200 meters, though, I do believe that it's an opportunity for new talent to arise. And I believe that Nisha Berger as well as Lani Teva Thomas really conducted themselves well this morning, especially Lani Teva, both of them. But I just want to speak to Lani Teva Thomas because she was in lane 2 in her heat. And, she finished second. Brittany Brown was the winner of her heat, but she was able to execute her race, from lane 2, and she was able to deliver and make it through to the semifinals.
Indeed. And the 100-meter champion, she took the track again this morning, and she won her heat in a 22.41. Do you have a thought on scene?
Yes, I think for me, Julian Alfred as the favorite to get the double.
I think she can get the double.
Gabby Thomas is there though.
Yes,
who can stop her from getting that double.
Yes.
But I'm seeing confident Julian Alfred in this one. Very confident. Her country, St. Lucia is backing her right now. I saw a video with St. Lucia jumping last night. Jamaica is backing her as well. I'm telling you. I saw something with Lafond and Ricketts.
Yes.
They were hugging each other in that interview and showing and saying that the Caribbean, and she's proud.
Yes.
This is the energy I want HB with our track and field athletes. I want it to continue like this.
Yes, indeed.
Especially for the coaches as well.
Yes, and there's something I want to add because we have this style where we think that we have to rest athletes for events. I've seen some athletes here working for their country. When you look at Femke Ball, who ran in the mixed relay and she have individual duties. Look at Julian Alfred, ran 10.72 yesterday and she's back here this morning again running. So this thing where we think that we have to rest athlete for this and rest, other athletes are getting stronger, preparing themselves to work when they go to a championship. And I don't know, this resting thing that we take up, I don't know, because I see other athletes, they're doing it and they are getting it right.
Well, I just want to highlight that in Julian Alfred's heat was Miss Tori Lewis of Australia. So this young lady defeated Sha'Carri Richardson early in the season. Everybody was, making headlines and, everybody was, saying how this young lady just beat Sha'Carri Richardson. So she ran a personal best in the heat. She ran 22.89. However, she will be in the repechage round. But as it relates to Julian Alfred's chances, look, she has run the 100 meters. She came in this morning in the 200 meters, not being, coming off of that 100-meter excitement, and to come this morning and run the 200 meters as comfortably as she did. I think that's very impressive. And obviously, her coach would have prepared her for the double. I do believe that she has a strong chance of winning the double. Her competitor, though, would be Gabby Thomas. And Gabby Thomas is a fierce competitor.
Yes, and the thing is that I think the edge that Gabby will have over her is that Gabby is also a 400-meter runner. She's very good at 400, but Alfred is definitely going to come off that curve before Gabby Thomas. But will she be able to maintain that last 80 meters, 70, 60 meters without Gabby catching her? And that's the race will be at about 150 meters. That's where the race will get into action.
Agreed. And when you think about how the finals could possibly go, all being well, I think back to 2016. I think back to when Elaine was competing against Daphne Shippers, and that was the same concern that individuals have with as relates to Elaine. Daphne Shippers is a very strong athlete, and she normally finishes very fast. So the concern was, can Elaine, come off the curve comfortably and hold off Daphne Skippers? Well, in 2016, she showed that she can hold off Daphne Skippers, and I believe it will be the same. For Julian Alfred. We saw in the Diamond League circuit, in the London Diamond League, that Julian Alfred was, caught Dina Asher-Smith, but then she was caught on the line to Gabby Thomas. I believe that her coach would have definitely gone back to the drawing board, and they'd have definitely work on how can they come off the curve, so that they are, ahead of Gabby Thomas and do it. But I just want to highlight something though. Gabby Thomas' curve this morning was amazing.
She's working on it.
Her curve this morning was amazing. And I believe that if Julian Alfred is to beat Gabby Thomas, she has to come off the curve ahead of Gabby Thomas.
Yes, I totally agree with you. For Julian to get that double, she will have to run that curve. She will have to run that 200-meter final the same way Veronica Campbell-Brown ran that 200-meter final in Beijing. Veronica, she actually glide on the curve, and of course Felix wasn't able to catch her because Veronica was in the shape of her life. So when she came off that curve, she was about maybe 20 meters ahead of Alyssa Felix, and Veronica was able to maintain. So if Julian can do that, if she can run her first 100-meter hard and then maintain, I think she can get the double. I think she will be the third woman in the history of the Olympic Games to win the double, joining Elaine Thompson-Hera and Florence Griffiths Joyner.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the men's 400-meter results. So Jamaica was not in the heat, not in the recent heat. However, Quincy Hall, he won the heat in 44.28. This is heat 4. Quincy Hall of the United States of America, I expect him to be a strong medal contender. Mr. Ogazi of Nigeria, he is actually U20. So he ran 44.50. So he had the U20 world lead, and then of course Quincy Wilson, took it from him. And then you have Reese Holder, he is Australian, he ran 44.53. So it just shows you that the quality of the men's 400 meters this year is amazing, because so far we have had 4 heats, and in the 4 heats we have basically at least 2 men or 2 of the qualifiers running 44 seconds.
And let's see, heat number 5 is coming up. But I did say it yesterday in our off the air discussion while we hang out a bit that the 400, the depth of the 400 meter, it is ridiculous. It is just ridiculous. Oh wow! So in heat 4, Stephen Gardner will not start.
Also, there's a no-show for Stephen Gardner.
Yes, there's a no.
I heard that he was injured, you know.
Okay,
Wow.
okay.
So
Yes,
this
I heard that he was
a
injured.
different spin.
On the 400
On the
meters.
400 meters for men, no, because Stephen will not take his lane, which is coming up shortly.
But
Right,
back,
heat number 5.
Actually, it run heat number 5, but I did not realize that he did not start.
yeah,
What does
I didn't
this mean?
realize. I didn't realize he didn't start either.
Yeah, he did not.
So in terms of the 400 meters, what it means is that there will be no repeat champion in this event.
So will America get the Quinella with Quincy and Norman?
America are favorites to
Win.
America are the favorites to possibly get 2 medals in this event. However, I would not look past Alexander Doom of Belgium. I also would not look past Andrew Hudson of Great Britain.
Right.
And I really want us to pay keen attention to, keen attention to Dobson of Great Britain. The 400 meters this year the Zambian Commonwealth Games champion. So the 400 meters this year
It's open.
is very open.
Very open.
Very open. But it's really unfortunate for Stephen Gardner.
Yeah.
When he's in form, he is easily
is
one of the
unstoppable.
yeah, he's easily one of the best quarter milers in history. But back to the women's 200 meters, I have a question for the panelists. Do you see us having a finalist in this event?
It is going to be tough, but I think we can get a finalist. If we get a finalist, I am happy. I am happy because I see what is happening with our female sprinting this time around, and if I get a finalist, I'll be fine with that.
So
Because it's very competitive right now.
can I go through the list of athletes that's qualified already with the big Q and small Q?
Sure.
All right. So qualify with the fastest time, and I know my producer is going to put it up. 22.20. That's Gabrielle Thomas. Yes, from United States. Nigeria, Favour Ofili, who had some mishaps, with registering for the 100 meter. But luckily, she's in the championship.
Got in.
And she's doing the 200 meter. 22.24. Season best. Big Q. Dina Asher Smith, Great Britain. 22.28. Wow. She's back. 20 USA.
Well, the 200 has always been her best event for me. I think the 200 is
200
her best.
meters has always been our better event, in my opinion, as well.
Okay, Brittany Brown looking good as well from USA, 22.38. Daryl Nita, Great Britain. So it's Great Britain and USA show, qualifying to the semifinal so far, 22.39. Julian Alfred, St. Lucia. She's there as well, looking for that double, 22.41. Nisha Berger, Jamaica. Jamaica always try to creep themselves in at all times, 22.54. Mackenzie Long, USA, 22.55. Ivory Coast, Jessica Gibe, 22.61. Lana Tava Thomas from Jamaica, 22.70. France, Jemima Joseph, 22.72. Netherlands, Tassa Gia, 22.74. Switzerland, Munjinga Kambunchi. I love calling this athlete name. I have a lot of respect for her as a HP. She just turn up, she just run.
She does.
She just enjoy herself. And this is what I would like about Munjinga Kambunchi. I'm telling you. Bianca Willis, also 22.77 from Great Britain, is there as well. Canada, Jacqueline Madogo, 22.78 personal best. She's going to be in the repechage race. Jolina Henriksen, 22.79 national record with 22.79 for Sweden. Big Q. Gina Miriam Bass Bite, 22.84 season best. Big Q. Mabundu Kone, 22.87 season best repechage. Audrey Luduk, 22.88 from Canada, is there as well. Eileen Parisat, 22.99 from France, qualify. And I think that is the last of the qualification.
My question to the panel, do you think America can get a sweep from this event?
It's going to be very difficult, especially with Alfred.
With Alfred.
And I'm happy that you mentioned Favour Ofili. Ofili is 200 meters is her event. I remember in 2021, Ofili would have ran in the World U20s and should have finished third behind Christine Mboma and her compatriot Christine Mboma and her compatriot Masalingi. And there were a lot of controversy as to whether or not they should have run at the event, yes or no. But Favour Ofili at that time, her performance was actually went under the radar. Favour Ofili at that time, she ran 22-1.
Just before you continue with the 200 meters this morning, let us look at Heat 5 for the men's 400 meter that just ran. Kirani James, the veteran, won that heat in 44.78, going through with a big Q.
Indeed. It's good to see Kirani James. I have a lot of respect for him because he is an athlete that has, from he was 17 years old, he won the world, he won the world championship title. 18 years old, he was an Olympic champion as well. So, he's an athlete that I have a great admiration for, especially, continuing his career irrespective of, his medical challenges and so forth. And, in my opinion, he is someone who has a stand, who you could say from junior to senior could be compared to Usain Bolt, except for the fact that he doesn't have the world record for the event. But he was very talented as a junior, and it's good to see that talent really translated into the senior ranks.
And the longevity considering his, medical, the medical problems that he has been having. I mean, he's still here at another Olympic Games, and he's qualifying with a big Q, not a small Q. And just for if you're on the space and you're not sure what big Q and small Q is, the big Q means that you qualified automatically, so you've met the automatic standard and you qualify. And the small Q, as we call it in Jamaica, or little Q, means that you qualified outside of the automatic qualifying mark.
Indeed. So, also Christopher Morales.
Yes.
So Christopher Williams Morales, he is the NCAA champion. He finished second in that heat as well. Someone you should keep your eyes on. He, in fact, actually, he was the one who broke the world indoor.
He was the world lead.
Yeah, he was the world lead, but he was the one who actually ran faster than the world indoor record for the 400 meters. However, IAAF did not ratify his time from the NCAA. So, he's an athlete you want to pay keen attention to for this 400 meters. But back to the 200 meters. So, so Favour Ofili, as a junior, she ran 22-1, which just speaks to her overall quality. And, being at LSU, she has, definitely grown under the, the coaching of Dennis Shaver. And I really expect her, especially the fact that she didn't run 100 meters, I really expect her to come all guns blazing in the 200 meters. She is one individual who runs the curve very well and very hard. So as it relates to Jamaica's prospect of making it to the final, I will say it's very tough.
It is.
It is very tough because I expect all three Americans to be in the final. I expect the two British athletes to be in the final. I expect Julian Alfred to be in the final, which only leaves room for only two spots. And I do believe that Favour Ofili will deliver and make it to the final. So, already.
Who would you give that last spot? I mean,
that last
spot? Would we give that last spot to Lane Taylor, the Jamaican? Is she the better of the two that we have now?
So Lane Taylor Thomas, she is the stronger of the two athletes that we have. However, it is not just the Jamaicans. You also have to take into consideration Mujinga Kambunji as well. Yes. So she is someone who knows how to make finals, and I believe that Mujinga Kambunji is also a better 200-meter runner than she's a 100-meter runner. However, if there is if there is to be a qualifier for Jamaica into the final, I think Lene Tiva Thomas would give a good shout.
Yes, I think so. I do think so. But as you said, it is going to be a very competitive. When you look at the depth of, America with 3 ladies who, to me, they are already in the final. The 100-meter champion, who is a super double athlete also, should easily meet this final, and it is going to be very tough, very competitive, but it is championship, so let us just wait and see. While we wait for Heat 6 with Javon Powell, let us also look at the men's long jump this morning at 4 a.m. Unseen, you just want to touch that a little bit, or?
Yes, I want to touch it.
Okay, no problem.
And then Akil will go.
So, in the long jump, I was watching this morning and I was saying to myself, why only 2 athletes pass, jumping over the qualifying mark, which is 8 meters and 15 centimeter, right?
Centimeters.
Yes, we can't get that.
Meters.
They can't jump it, why is it so difficult?
And I'm happy to touch on it because I was a little bit disappointed as well. I was disappointed that 8 meters 8.15 meters was such a task for the athletes to overcome, and it just speaks to just the overall quality of the event. Long jump is an event that I personally like, and just to see that the event has not been as strong as it has been, in recent times, it disappoints me greatly. However, the aim of these competitors, the aim for today's athletes was just to qualify for the final. I just want to highlight something. So the United States of America, unfortunately, they have no finalists.
Wow.
I can't even remember if there's
Wow.
ever Olympic Games where
That's a shocker.
the American men no finalists in the long jump.
That is a shocker because that's their event.
That
I
is
would
their-
say that's their event.
Of course, it is their event because the men's long jump, the men's long jump, Carl Lewis winning 4 back-to-back Olympic titles in this event. They have the world record holder. They have the world record holder in Mike Powell. So, the men's long jump, it was really a surprise and also a little bit disappointing not to see the American men in the long jump, doing well in the long jump.
And this is to show you that other countries are stepping up in the event, because look at Jamaica. We have 3 men who are very competitive in this event. Before, maybe we could find 1 to represent us, but no, we actually have 4, and we could only send 3. So it means that the rest of the world is stepping up in track and field as a whole. And this is why I keep saying that we need to spend a little bit more time as a country on the field, get involved some more in the field and in the middle and the long distance, because the rest of the world is getting involved in other events. Look at Ethiopia and Kenya. They are now getting involved in sprinting. Very soon we're going to be seeing them in the field. So we need, wow, Javon Powell is doing well in this heat. Wow. Come.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Good one for Javon Powell there.
Let's look at the result to see.
Javon Powell in.
So Javon Powell would have qualified into the final. So he would have qualified.
semis.
Sorry. He would be qualified into the semifinals. Thank you for that correction. So in his heat, you have one of my medal contenders, Mr. Doom of Belgium, as well as Dobson of Great Britain as well. Those are 2 individuals that I believe individuals should pay keen attention to going into the semifinals. So congratulations to Mr. Powell.
I think Javon, cooled down at the last
So we're
10
just
to 15
waiting
meters.
to see the results.
Last 10 to 15 meters. Saving some for the next round.
But it wasn't a fast heat because the winner of the heat
44 points.
run 44.9. So
His first 300 meters was just awesome. First 300.
But I do expect him to do very well at these championships. His coach, Mr. Mike Holloway, same coach of same coach of Grant Holloway and Jasmine Moore.
So he got
and Aaron
in-
Knighton as well. So I
think
do.
he got in the
Yeah, so
in the top three. So
yes, he's in the
he
top
got
three.
the big Q people. Yes, he got the big Q. So he is in automatically. So he will not have to go to the repechage round, and that is good. That is good.
So
for us.
to go back to the long jump, so the American men, they have 22 Olympic titles in the long jump. So for them to not have a finalist in the men's long jump, it just speaks to how the event has just, how the event has just decreased.
Yep.
For the United States in terms of the quality, and it's really sad and really disappointing. But at the same time as well, in track and field.
Do you think it is sad though that the rest of the world is getting involved? Because sometimes the dominance shows that it's kind of a little unbalanced because you keep seeing the same people. But now that you're seeing other countries, just like with the triple jump, where it was a Caribbean affair before. It wasn't like that.
What I will say is that if the performances or the quality of the jumps reflected, that statistics, then I would say yes, it's good that the world is improving in the event.
Yes.
But that's not the case, because only 2 qualifiers over 8 meters 15, and if you look at the quality of the jumps that have been winning world championship titles, winning world indoor titles, I would say that it's for me personally, as an event that I love, it's a little bit disappointing.
Yes.
But disappointing not to see the Americans in the final. In fact, I believe this could actually be the first time you don't have an American in the final.
That's true. That could be true.
But as it relates to the other competitors now, so Jamaican prospects, Wayne Pinnock and Kerry McLeod, good to see them in the final. In
Yeah.
fact, Kerry McLeod, he just qualified into the final, as the 11th best competitor. But from this list of long jump men, what I will say is that Tentaglu, he is showing why everyone have him as favorite for this event. He is a quality jumper. He knows how to get his best, be at his best at the right time. And as much as I have my opinions, as relates to Tentaglu, you have to respect his body of work.
So HPE, we have to turn our attention to the 100-meter semifinal now. It's time. We have to do some commentary and all those things. So let us go through the semifinal draws and the eats. I know my producer is going to put it up on stream while it is setting up at the moment.
So the long jump that is being introduced. So it is a long jump that is being introduced at this time.
Is this the final of the long jump?
No, it's the high jump. Sorry, it's the finals of the finals of the high jump.
Okay.
That is the athletes of the high jump. They're being introduced at this time. So we'll wait and see for the men's 100, which will start at 1:05. But yes, as it relates to challengers to Tentaglu, the world champion back in 2022, Mr. Wang of China, he is in the final. He jumped 8 meters 12. Mr. Furlani of Italy, the junior prodigy, the world U20 record holder, he qualified as well with 8 meters 1. Those are the athletes that these are the athletes, I should say, my apologies. These are the athletes who I really expect to give Tentaglu some challenge, as well as the Jamaicans.
Let me tell you, this is the final, and like what we saw yesterday in the field with Rajinja Campbell, you just need that one good jump. You just need that one good jump to elevate you on the podium.
Right.
I think Wayne Pinnock has it in him, also Kerry McLeod. So this is going to be one mouth-watering for Jamaica. Last year at the World Championship, we managed to finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Unfortunately, this time around, Tajay Gale wasn't able to get to the final.
And his best jump actually was 7 meters, 7.78 meters. And you know, as it relates to Tajay Gale, what I will say about Tajay Gale is I believe that injury that he suffered back in 2021, I believe that it played a mental card on him. You know, this is someone who is fearless. When he jumped back in 2019, he was a fearless jumper, and I think that fearlessness caused him to jump really well. But after he suffered that injury in 2021, you know, I believe that would have did a number on him mentally. My personal opinion.
He seemed very cautious these
Yeah, he
days.
seemed very cautious when he's jumping.
Very timid.
He's not as aggressive. He's not as fearless as before, and I think that is affecting his performance.
It is possible, and I remember a few months before the Olympic trials in Jamaica, the national trials, and as we all know, Brittany Anderson, she did surgery, and I remember she posted something on Instagram saying, "I am back one day at a time," and I sent her a message to say, how much mental preparation do you have to put in coming back after injuries? And she said every day she have to remind herself mentally that she has done this already and she can do it again. So mentally, injuries do affect athletes mentally, believe it or not. So, and I mean, most of these athletes, especially when you're doing a technical event as the long jump, it is tough mentally. It is tough.
I just want to break a little to, big up the persons in the chat on HP Track Chat and Unseen Sports TV platform. Linda Dona, is Kishin in the semifinals of 100 meters lineup? Of course he's in. Let's see. I think he's in heat number 3 of the semifinals. He's in heat number 3 of the semifinals. So don't worry yourself, he's there. Not because he got a green card. A green card don't mean that he's out of the race, right, Akil?
Doesn't mean that he's out of the race. It was just a warning.
Why did he get a warning though? For the roar?
It was a warning for the field. However, I feel that the officials would have spoken to him directly. Maybe he was doing something that they didn't like. But the green card was for the entire field. It wasn't for him specifically.
Okay. But that's the first time I've seen somebody go directly to an athlete and put up the green card.
Understood. However, understood.
So I was wondering if they were saying warning him for something.
I'm not sure.
The green card is normally a warning that there's no charge to the athletes. That's what the green is.
Or it's a caution to say,
Nobody is charged, basically. So nobody will be thrown out of the event.
And it could be that they give him a green card for something that he did, but I'm not sure. I never saw where he did anything. But they're officials and we're not, so they would know why they would give him the green card.
And of course, the men's 100-meter semifinal is getting ready to.
Can we go through the Eat one?
Yes, go ahead. Go right ahead.
So, Eat one, semifinal Eat one. Order goes like this: Nigeria, Favour Ofili, Tejiri Ashe. People, don't kill me on the pronunciation, please. Recoy Brathwaite, lane number 2. Guyana, Benjamin Azamati. USA in lane 4. Noah Lies, the man with the talk. Let's see if the action backs those talk. Great Britain, Louis Inchcliffe. He defeated Noah Lies in the heats, and Noah Lies went over and touched his hands, wondering where this Inclich from. Oblique Civil, lane number 6, Jamaica. Emmanuel Esime, Cameroon, lane number 7. Italy, Situro Ali. South Africa, Sean Masogwani.
And if you notice in the semifinal, there are 9 athletes, not 8.
9 athletes, yes.
From lane 1 to lane 9.
Right.
Indeed. So in this semi-final, what I will say is that in comparison to the other heats, this semi-final, is not as loaded in comparison to the other heats. But what I will say is that there are some sleepers in this semi-final. So let me mention some of the sleepers. You have Louis Hinchcliffe, Emmanuel Esime, and also Chituru Ali of Italy. Those are the sleepers. I just want to highlight, based on the 100 meters yesterday, some people would come in with high expectations. Oh, everybody's going to run 9.8s. A lot of people are going to run 9.7s. A lot of people are going to run 9.9s. But I really want us to temper expectations, because definitely I can see a 9.9 qualifying to the finals from this heat. As it relates to individuals who are capable of running 9.9s, we have basically seven candidates, or 8 candidates in this field that can run 9.9 or faster. So it's going to be it's going to be a competitive heat. As it relates to top 2, I do expect Oblique and Noah to be top 2. However, do not sleep on Hinchcliffe. He is coached by the former Olympic champion in this event, Mr. Carl Lewis. So at the University of Houston, he and Sean Masangwanwi of South Africa as well. So I really do expect, I don't expect Noah and Oblique to have their own way.
He is also the NCAA champion.
Precisely. So I really don't expect Noah and Oblique to have their own way. I do believe, though, that Oblique Seville, given the experience that he has, is now his 4 championships back to back. He would have finished 4th in the last 2. I do expect him to to go into the semi-final and ensure that he gets a big Q. Will he go for the victory? I'm not too sure. Maybe, but I do believe that he will run the semi-final with the intention just to qualify. If he believes that Noah is running too fast, Noah, on the other hand, I believe will be running to win this semi-final. He definitely wants to have that mental edge. He definitely wants, to get that so-called revenge, because no Oblique would have defeated him in Kingston, Jamaica. So, in fact, when I think about it, I think Oblique will want to win this semi-final.
I think Noah will have to run the hardest, because he doesn't have the best start, and he will be chasing. So I think he will be doing most of the running, because he will be chasing. But of course, this is a semi-final. You cannot go into a semi-final and expect to shut down, to run easy, because at this level, at this stage, everybody coming to get to that top 8 that will line up in that final.
And just to clarify, though, I wouldn't say that Noah doesn't get the best start. I would say that his first 30 meters, when he compares first 30 meters to his competitors, it may not be the most efficient as we would in comparison to the other competitors. But I do believe that he starts reasonably well, because he is the indoor 60-meter champion. It's just that he approaches top speed. The silver medalist, my apologies. It's just that he approaches top speed at a later time in comparison
So
to his competitors.
He will be chasing. He will definitely be chasing. And if you're chasing, it makes you work harder than the people who are actually ahead of you. So, but as you said, I totally agree. I see Noah Lyles from the United States and Oblique Seville from Jamaica leading this pack to the finish line. What do you say?
Same for me, HP. Noah Lyles, Oblique Seville, and Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe. So the top 3 there.
Okay.
Yes. Can we go to heat number 2?
Yes, go to heat number 2.
All right, heat number 2. In lane number 1, we have the Cuban athlete Ronaldo or Espinosa. In lane number 2, we have the Liberian athlete Emmanuel Matadi. Lane number 3, the Jamaican Hakeem Blake, the man that they say has one of the best 60 meters in the world. In lane number 4, we have Letsil Tobago, the Botswana athlete. I'm telling you, he has something to prove. A young and in charge, young and ready to unleash something on the track. Hakeem Simbine, South African athlete. In lane number 5 there, Nigerian Kein Sola Ajayi. He is going to be in lane number 6. Kenneth Benderek, one of the smooth operators in the Eats, qualifying to the semi-final. Marcel Jacobs, Lamont Marcel Jacobs, the Italian, not looking good in my opinion, but he's there. Germany, Joshua Hartmann in lane number 9. HP, back to you.
This semi-final, it's a big one because you have, as you said, Kenneth Benerick. There is, let's say, Tibogo. There's Akeem Blake. So there is Akani Simbini. So this one, and there is also the current Olympic champion, Marcel Jacobs. So this one is a little tricky. So I think going to that line is going to be Tibogo, Akeem Blake, Benerick with Simbini somewhere in the mix.
So as things stand, so the first heat of the men's 100 meters is currently being run. They just announced Noah Lyles. As relates to heat number 2, what I will say is that I think what makes this heat so, so interesting is that there's only top two athletes will make it to the final, but then this heat is so loaded. And when you think about the next heat that we're going to discuss, it's only 2 non-automatic qualifiers. So there's a possibility that a strong athlete may not go on to make it into the final. So this heat is really loaded. As relates to Akeem Blake, in my humble opinion, I believe Akeem Blake, he will have to get this. He will have to run the race of his life in order to make it to the final.
So people, we're at the Pegasus Hotel right now, and the race is going to happen, and a lot of people is around the TV like it's a grand gala. The fans of HP Track Chat and Unseen is watching on the TV. It's a beautiful look. You ready for the commentary, HP and Akil?
If you're close by,
producer, you ready?
If you're close by, just come on down.
We have the live. We have the live result on screen. Semi-final number 1, and they went through the athletes. Noah Lyles blowing. He's doing his stuff, trying to build that confidence. But let's see what will happen if it's like similar to Grand Prix, where Oblique Civil went out and beat him easily. Remember though, no gold medal is winning the semi-final.
But you still have to run hard.
We still have to run hard. Cliff, that young athlete there, wants to prove something as well. He's defeated Noah Lyles in the Eats. Will he go hard again? Or can he go hard again?
He's a hard runner.
He's
young.
I
do expect it. And he's young. So they're off.
And they're off. No, Oblique Civil getting the best start. He's in the lead. Noah Lyles trying to come back. Oblique Civil will win this one. Easily for Oblique Civil. Oblique Civil will win this one, people. Easy. Shutting it down. Oblique Civil looks superb. Noah Lyles in second. As we said, Oblique Civil 9.81. Easily. Shutting it down, people. Big things for Jamaica going into this final. 9.81 qualifying. Feel my heart right now. Calm down, Ishi. Calm down.
I told you guys that Noah.
It's a good one there.
I told you that Noah's weakness.
Proper start right there.
Weakness is his start.
Not seeing Oblique Civil in this one.
Ahead of him and maintain. If you can get, like what Oblique just did, the idea is to get out before him and maintain, and you will be fine.
What a semi-final!
So just to share the results. So Oblique Civil, he won in a personal best 9.81 seconds. Noah Lyles in second place in 9.83. Louis Hinchcliffe of Great Britain, he ran 9.97 seconds. Emmanuel Esime of Cameroon, he ran 10 seconds flat. Sean Masangami, 10.02 seconds.
If you ask me about that race, Noah Lyles was running hard in the last 30 meters. While Oblique Civil looked across to see where Noah Lyles is and shut down the engine.
Oblique need to stop looking around. Just
no,
run.
it's technique when you're trying to shut down the engine, HP.
Yeah, but looking around sometimes can throw you off.
No, he's in the lead. He knows where he is.
He is in the lead. Look at the time.
It don't really matter. He's in the lead. If it's even 100th of a second, you win.
But what I will say though,
And the goals belong to you.
No, what I will say though, HP is that Oblique Civil in this race, in my opinion, he was looking around to see the competition, to see if he is, in top 2. Also, but if you look at the line, you can see that the two of them looking at each other. It's really a sight to behold.
Let me tell you, at this level, I'm not big on the looking around, because the looking around sometimes will throw you off your game. You look around and somebody just run past you. But if it works for you guys, fine. But I'm not a fan of especially at a certain level.
So,
keep your eyes on the finish line.
As I said before, I know that the top 3 would be Oblique, Noel, and Inchcliffe.
So Inchcliffe is on the bubble.
Yeah, he's on the bubble. However, given how loaded the other heats are, I think he might be in trouble.
And for those of for those of you who are not sure what on the bubble mean, is that the person did not qualify automatically, so they are actually waiting until the completion of all the rounds to see if their time matches the fastest, slowest, non-automatic time. So that is what it means when we say you're on the bubble. You're actually waiting to see if you will get to the next level. But that was outstanding, an outstanding performance from the top 2, of course. No surprises there, gentlemen.
No surprises there. Sorry about that. Unseen, could you please just share what are some of the comments?
Share some of the comments. Let's hear what's
not seeing a lot of comments coming in today.
They were watching.
So
I think they're watching.
I think the people are watching the race and listening to us.
Okay,
they maybe like our commentary better than the commentary that they are getting.
And that's fine. That's fine. They're watching, and and that's what I always say. Even though we're here, people will be watching. Let us quickly look at semifinal 2 before they get on the screen. Who is going to the finish line for the automatic?
So my 2 picks would be Akani Simbine and Letsile Tobogo.
Africa? You said Africa is going?
Yeah, 1, 2, and I have Kenneth Benderek and Akeem Blake chasing that bubble spot. I said before, these. I don't want us to sleep on Marcel Jacobs, because in the heat, even though he wasn't one of the fastest qualifiers in the heats, I do believe that he's fit. I think his heat showed that he is fit. And, a fit Marcel Jacobs is a dangerous Marcel Jacobs. So I wouldn't want to sleep on him as yet. This is a very tough one to call.
I agree.
But my top 2, definitely Tobogo and Simbine. Akeem Blake has to run the race of his life if he's going to make it into the final.
Yeah, I totally agree with you that Africa seem as if they will be leading this one. So shout out to the people in Africa, Botswana, South Africa, Nigeria. Which other African country? Yeah, that's it.
Nigeria is in there as well.
Nigeria is there also. Shout out to Africa, who is now getting into sprinting. They are slowly making their way into sprinting. And as we said before, the sport is evolving and other countries are joining the party. Because look at a sprint event like this. Who would see 2 African countries being the favorite to get that big queue?
But Africa has a rich history in the men's 100 meters,
Not a lot. Not when you compare to the big 2s, Jamaica and America. Here they are now in the lineup.
In the heat 2.
Yes. Unseen, do you want to go with that commentary?
Yes, I'm the commentary boss right now.
Yeah. But Akeem Blake, I'm hoping Akeem Blake can squeeze in there, or even if he gets 3rd, run faster than 9.97.
His coach says that he is in personal best shape.
Okay.
So I do believe that his coach, his coach is one Michael Frater, and I do believe that his coach would have prepared him in the best way possible. But just to highlight Africa's representation at the Olympic Games, so Frankie Fredericks in 1992 and 1996, he is a silver medalist. So Africa, their history in the 100 meters shouldn't be underestimated. They have had Olympic medalists in the past. And, I do believe that, Tobogo is one individual I believe could not could. I believe that he will, you know, he will be fighting for the podium. Come the final.
I think Akeem Blake is happy. I think he just watched the Jamaican winning that race, and he feels good. Like he wants to continue with the Jamaican dominance on the track.
Indeed.
So let us see what will happen. This one is very packed. Benderick,
Yeah, this one
Jacobs,
is loaded,
Tobago,
loaded.
Blake, Matadi, Espinosa. Let's see who will win.
And
HP.
Oblique did say that he believes that Jamaica could possibly sweep this event.
Let's see.
You know, but I think sweeping it, you know, I'm not gonna say it's impossible. However, I do believe a sweep will be very, very, very difficult at this time.
A sweep for?
But the men's 100
For
meter
Jamaica?
for Jamaica.
Yeah, it's with a guy like Noah Lyles in it. It's going to be. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be very tough to get a sweep, especially knowing that what Akeem Blake, you know, will be up against.
One thing I know, the final is going to be a big one.
It is going to be a super one. So if you're close by, come on down and join us. We're at the Pegasus. The final will run off at, let me give you the time for the final. The final will run at 2:50, 10 minutes to 3 Jamaica time. So if you're in the area, just come on over and hang out with us and watch. We're big screen television here and the whole works. Just come on over and enjoy the day with us. But that 100 meter final is going to be mouth watering.
All right, HP, back on the track.
We're
Coming
back
to you
on
from
the
Unseen
track.
Sports TV, Marcel Jacobs on his mark. And at this time, they say, shh, noise out. People in the comment section saying that they love the panel. And they're off. A good start there by Akeem Blake. Let's see Tobago stepping forward. Let's see Tobago. Akeem Blake is there. Let's see Tobago. Akeem Simbini. Benderick Jacobs trying to get Akeem Simbini. Let's see Tobago.
Wow.
1 and 2 there. Let's see Tobago. Akeem Blake.
Wow.
Just like you said, Akil, that Akeem Blake would not be.
It would be tough for
It will be very
Akeem.
tough for him.
Yes.
But as we know, the better shaped athlete, let's say Tobago and Akeem Simbini from South Africa.
And as we said
So-
it, Africa.
Yes.
Africa is in the building. Africa is in the building. 1-2 for Africa.
So just to highlight, so Akani Simbini, he won in 9.87, Tobago 9.91, Marcella Mount Jacobs, he's in the bubble, 9.92
Yes.
seconds, his season's best. Kenny Benderek of the United States of America, 9.93 seconds. Remember, I said it earlier, a fit Marcel Jacobs is a very dangerous
And
Marcel
he is
Jacobs.
also on the bubble.
And he is in the bubble. In fact, he is ahead of Kenneth Benderek. So if anyone in the next semifinal was to run faster than 9.93, Kenny Benderek will be
So
out.
the youngster from Great Britain is out. Inchcliffe
It's a hinge. Yeah, he is out.
is definitely out.
Akil, don't matter how good of shape he's in, he's not going to be on this podium.
I disagree. I disagree because Marcel Lamont Jacobs at his best, he is 9.80 seconds.
But this final is at 9.6, and the only athletes that are going to be in the 9.6 is the two Jamaicans.
I'm not going to say it's
You
guaranteed.
need to temper your
Expectations.
This is championship. And I keep saying this is championship. What we want is not necessarily what we get
always
every
get.
time.
HP.
So let's just be
HP.
objective and look at other athletes while
HP.
we look at ours.
HP, you remember that mighty roar from Christian Thompson?
No, I'm not saying I don't want the Jamaicans to win, but I'm saying we're doing a commentary and we have to be objective in the information that we're putting
What I will
out there.
What I will
But
say,
I am objective.
but what I will say as relates to as relates to Jacob's prospects is that Jacob, if he qualifies, he will be running from the same. He possibly will be running from the same lane that he was in the Olympic final. He ran from lane number 2. Fred Curley, thought he was, winning the Olympic title, only to see Marcel Jacobs, beat him on the line. So I don't want to sleep on Marcel Jacobs. He is a
I'm
formidable.
not sleeping on any athlete.
I don't want to sleep on him. I do believe he's a formidable athlete, when he is in form. But what I will agree to is that Oblique Civil looks awesome. He looks really good.
I agree. I totally
Akani
agree.
Simbine looks really good in that heat as well. And if you look at it closely, you could have possibly thrown a blanket over the first four athletes.
Akil, I'm going to say something. I am not seeing Noah Lyles in the medal podium right now.
I disagree, because Noah Lyles, he ran 9.83. 9.83 is 400 of a second faster than Akini Simbine. What I will say is that prior to these Olympic Games, I actually didn't have him on the podium, so I had Tobago to medal, instead of Noah. But the thing with Noah is that Noah is a competitor. He is a championship performer,
Yes.
and any three athletes that's going to keep him off the podium, they're going to have to really keep him off the podium.
This final to get on the podium, to me, is a person that can lean the best. That person that can get their torso across that line, because to me it is going to be very, very close.
I agree, it's going to be tight.
It is not going to be a Beijing runaway with Bolt. I think it is going to be, because even though Noah doesn't have the best start, Noah will be coming like a train.
Coming for OHP?
So it doesn't matter who he's coming for.
Coming
He
for
will
who?
be coming. It doesn't matter who
He will not be coming for Kishane.
Okay, so we will see Kishane's run. As it relates to Kishane, I would see how he looks in the semifinals. But Kishane is a very strong athlete. He's a very fast athlete. And what I will say is that he's not an athlete you can easily run down. So I think definitely Noah Lyles will have to improve on his start.
So let us look at semi-final 3 quickly before it starts. Who are the 9 competitors?
Wait a minute.
This final is going to be a tape final. I think it is going to be very close.
I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be that close in terms of the gold. But I could see the medals being pretty tight.
So, in the heat number 3, semi-final heat number 3, we have Ferdinand Omala, Benjamin Richards, Zarnel Hughes, Abdul Rashid Simeon, Andre DeGrasse, Abdul Hakim Sani Brown, Kishane Thompson, Fred Curley, Purple Boone Son. Who is your pick to reach in the finals? Top 2 qualify
And
automatically?
Africa is represented here again.
So, as stated yesterday, I'm still going to go by it. I really do believe that Kishane will make it to the final. And I do believe Abdul Hakim Sani Brown will be a surprise finalist in this one. I have him in the semi-final, and I have him qualifying in top 2, and Fred Curley would finish 3rd.
Do you think Fred Curley can knock the bubble down in terms of getting on this bubble? Do you think Zarnel Hughes, because you have Kishane Thompson, Fred Curley, Zarnel Hughes, and of course the 200-meter current Olympic champion Andre DeGrasse?
Fred Curley, when he is in form and unsung, he is formidable. In fact, he's probably just as fast as Kishane when he is unsung. Am I seeing that from Fred Curley this season? Not quite.
Really.
However, I saw how Sonny Brown looked in those heats, and I really do believe that he's gonna catch Fred Curley in this one. I do expect Fred Curley to run a fast time, so he's possibly going to knock out Mr. Benderek into
So he can. You're saying he can bet a 9.92 or 9.93?
I do believe that he will bet a 9.92.
Okay, here they are now. They are.
And Kishane with his mighty roar. Let's see if he'll get a green card again.
And the only reason I don't have Zarnel in the final is because I'm not sure if Zarnel is in the same shape as last year.
Mighty roar from Kishane, I'm telling you.
Zarnel is a competitor. He is. He has been carrying the flag of Great Britain for years, and I wouldn't be surprised. However, I just for him right now.
He's not showing that form that we saw last season, you know, that landed him that bronze medal in Budapest. So let us see what we will get here. Shane Thompson in lane 4.
So who is your top two?
My top two from here is Kishane Thompson, of course, and between Zarnell and Fred Curley. For that second
For
spot.
me, Kishane Thompson, of course, Omanyala, then Fred Curley, then Sonny Brown.
So no love for Andre DeGrasse?
No. He's not in good shape.
In that shape. He's not in that shape this season. And to be honest with you, if he get to the final, I would be surprised based on his form this season, the shape that he's in this season.
But this is going to be a very fast semifinal. I will agree, and I do expect at least one small cue from this semifinal.
Someone said in the comment section that the card for Kishane in the East was because he did not follow instruction and go behind the blocks when the instruction was given to him.
Thanks for the comment section.
It's normally. Thank you, guys.
So they're on their marks now.
Yeah.
Kishane Thompson getting down. Omanyala as well, getting settled. And at this time, they ask for the fans to be quiet. Let's see what will transpire.
Let us be quiet for the start.
Fred Curley looking down on the track. Set. And they're off. Sonny Brown, Kishane stepping forward. Kishane stepping forward. Easy. And Fred Curley. Kishane and Fred Curley there, people. Let's see. 9.80. Did not get a good start, in my opinion.
He did not.
Had to run and pass the others. Good top end speed shown by Kishane. Another part of his race where a lot of people did not see. Running down the likes of Fred Curley, Omanyala.
I did call Curley.
So
yeah.
unfortunate. So this, as I said before, this race is a fast one. However, no small cue from this. No non-automatic qualifiers from this heat.
We'll get
so
to
we'll get to the final. So Kishane Thompson, he won this heat in 9.80. Fred Curley, there's a big, huge season's best for Fred Curley, 9.84. Benjamin Richardson, he was in the 2022 World U20 final with Tobago and Nkrumah.
Yes,
yeah, so
Nkrumah. Yes.
So he finished third in 9.95 seconds, but that won't be enough to make it into the final. Hakeem Sonny Brown, he ran 9.96. That won't be enough to make it into the final. Andre DeGrasse, 9.98 seconds. Not enough to make it into the final. So
America will get 3 in the final.
it's two finalists. Three finalists. My apologies. So United States of America, they will have 3 finalists. Jamaica will have 2 finalists. Italy will be represented in the final. Botswana will be represented in the final, and South Africa will be represented in the final.
So in the final, just to add, in the final, you will have Europe will be in the final, Africa will be in the final, North America will be in the final, which is Jamaica and the United States. Let us see which other continent will be there. I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Africa, North America, and Europe.
However, I just want to highlight though that what a final in prospect. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you some context. So, ladies and gentlemen, the slowest time going into the final is 9.93 seconds.
Yep.
This final, going into the finals, we have 5 men who have run sub 9.9 seconds. The fastest final in the history of Olympic Games was 2012, where we had 7 men under 10 seconds.
Yep.
This final is shaping up to be just as fast as that 2012 final.
Yeah, I think all 8 finalists could go sub 10.
So HP, Kishane and Oblique has run the fastest time going to the semifinal in the finals. In the semifinal going to the finals, where would they place them beside each other in that final?
They might be beside each other, or you might have a situation. I don't know if you guys remember 2012, where you had you had America, Jamaica, America, Jamaica, America. So I don't know if they will position them like that because in 2012, Jamaica had all three in the final. America had all three in the final. So I don't know if they will do it like that or they will put both of them beside each other. But they're not going to be far from each other.
But I just want to highlight, though, that Mr. Noah Lyles, he is the fastest second place finisher, which means that he has a potential to be in the middle of Oblique and Kishane.
Yeah.
So that's exciting to see.
Yep.
Very,
That's
very
an
exciting to see. But I'm looking forward to...
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the finals.
Let's see what we have coming up here now. That was the semifinal. Oh, the women's 800 meters
semifinals coming up.
Semifinal is coming up. But I'm just going to bring in an interview, an Olympian from 1964.
Yes.
For an Olympian, 1964 Olympian for an interview while we watch 1964 Olympian for an interview will be joining us shortly and then we will get back into things. But of course, the 100 meter final this afternoon, gentlemen, will be a cracker.
Yes, it's going to be a big one. I am nervous already. I'm looking forward to it. Like, you know, the nerves though, like Kishane, first time in this Olympic championship. It is going to be nerve-wracking for him. I don't know how he's going to control that anxiety at the moment. But anybody who makes the anxiety get a toll on them, they're going to be in serious problem.
Yeah, it is about who is able to hold that nerve and execute. And this is why when it comes down to championship final, it's hard to definitively say a person will win because you don't know how well they will handle the pressure when they get into that final. So,
and this is the final. And this is the final that you do not want to lose your cool in because the quality is so close. Sorry about that. You know, the quality is so close. You do not want to. You don't. The competitors are so close to each other. These small things will matter in the grand scheme of things because waiting. So because lurking in the shadows, you have Noah Lyles, Fred Curley, Simbine, Marcel Lamont Jacobs. So you can't take anything for granted.
And this is when you will now have to run your own race, and looking around will not help you. The finish line is what you should be focusing on. So now we are ready for an interview coming up shortly. We are ready. And
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready.
We just take a break from the track. Of course, I'm going to have a quick interview with another of Jamaica's Olympian who she did it in an era when she was just doing it for the love of the country. She wasn't being paid. She competed in an era when there was no money. This is Olympian Vilma Charlton, 1964, 1962, 1964, 1968, and 1972. Help me welcome one of Jamaica's gem, Miss Vilma Charlton. Olympian Miss Vilma, welcome.
Thank you, Heather. Thanks for having me.
How are you enjoying the championship so far?
It's mixed emotions, but I do understand that we're at the stage when we're changing the guard.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. But just before we touch on you competing at the Olympic Games back in the day, what are your thoughts on what happened with Shelley and Fraser Price and Sha'Carri Richardson yesterday?
Well, we don't know the details. Even the executive, they're still working through the details. So I really don't want to say anything until I actually know the facts. But my feeling is that her warm-up time got shortened because they were so-called locked out of the warm-up area because of the changes in security. And each athlete has a set way of warming up, and it cannot be rushed. So I just suspect that she was rushing her warm-up, and she felt something. And even though we think that she is going to be retiring, nobody wants to retire with an injury because that can plague you for life. So
Exactly.
she was protecting herself.
So as an athlete yourself, tell us a little bit about when you first made an Olympic team for Jamaica back in 1964. What was it like for you? What was the feeling like for you?
Well, it was really crazy because we were only 4 girls who went to run the relay only. 2 persons did individual events. But can you imagine going with 4 girls, no reserves? So we were just fortunate that we got to the semifinals. And that was it.
And I'm glad that you touch on the reserve, because how important is reserves when going to a championship?
Well, it's even more important nowadays because you have a lot more rounds. People are running faster. In our time, we could get by with 4, maybe 5. And actually, 4 was a risk because somebody could have been injured. I remember that morning, it was terrible for me because everybody had already graced the track, and I was the only one, so I was very nervous. And I felt it in my stomach, but thankfully we competed.
What was it like competing for country when the sport was at an amateur status? No money was being paid, limited contract. What was it like for you?
Well, for me, that's the least, because even this morning, Ruth and I were talking, and we just wondered, how is it that we have such a bond with our fellow athletes from those days? And I'm not sure I'm seeing the same bond amongst them because the rivalry is so strong.
Yes.
But we are still friends. And so for me, money is never all. One thing I'm happy about is that I got my education, which I couldn't pay for. And the opportunities that I got while running, traveling to many different places of the world, and just experience at college.
Yes.
And even now, I still have some college friends. So I value those moments a lot.
You were a member of the 1972 team to the Olympic Games. That Olympic Games, there was some tragedy where terrorists had actually invaded the camp and athletes from other countries were killed and stuff. What was it like for you being there and hearing that happened?
It was very sad because I believe the men who were there were beside, next door to the Israelis.
Right. Yes.
You remember alphabetically to H-I-J, you know?
Yes.
So they were close to the Israelis, and it was traumatic, I would say. They weren't saying much, but so we were just hearing snippets of things that one person got killed because the Israelis, the Black September movement went in on the Israeli athletes and killed them. And I had the opportunity to go back to Germany.
Yes.
In Munich there, and we had a tour. I went on to a seminar, a sports seminar, and to this day the rooms are still closed. I guess it's a tourist attraction. The whole building is rented out Because as you know, for the games, they build these apartments and then afterwards the city uses them.
Right.
And so they just have in memoriam of the 2 persons that died in there.
Wow. So how was Team Jamaica able to regroup after hearing that terrorists invaded camps and people were killed?
Well,
how were you guys
it
able
was
to regroup?
difficult not only for Jamaica but for the other countries too. In fact, I think Phelps, he flew home immediately. I don't think he finished the competition. But we just had to regroup, but it was traumatic. And I can tell you, the games are not the same.
The games are not the same.
No.
What's the difference now than when you were competing in the 60s and 70s?
The security. The security is so tight that you can't walk around like you used to and visit your friends in different quarters. Especially if you have a badge and you left it in your room, you can't go anywhere without that.
Without your badge.
Yes.
And I think it is for security reasons to protect the athletes from different parts of the world, different countries.
We understand that.
Protocol is fine, and I'm wondering if that was what caused Shellyan and Shakari to get in that fiasco, because they were not staying within the camp. But the rules changed that they had to stay. They did not get the information. And of course, the drama that unfolds.
That was unfortunate. And with security, the little knowledge that I have here in Jamaica running, officiating in champs, for example, and national championships, it's not unusual for security to change plans overnight. But at the Olympic Games, the chef de mission has a meeting every single morning, and it's usually early, 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. And whenever there are changes, they are informed. So I'm not sure if there was just a breakdown in the whole plan.
So with what happened, who would you say dropped the ball in terms of?
Oh, I can't say, because I don't know if they were informed.
Okay.
And so I can't say Jamaica dropped the ball, because it happened to USA too.
Yes, it happened to Shakari. She was affected.
Yes, but I will tell you, a similar thing I saw going around YouTube, that Bolt was coming to one of our championships one day, and nobody recognized him.
Nobody recognized him, yeah.
And I'm saying this because I have learned something from netball. You see, when they have meets, somebody professional, somebody in the administration is at the gate.
Yes.
So that nobody like myself and you would be turned back, because they would know you.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
You can't put a gate man, full stop.
Right, I'm saying people who represent your country should be national treasure. You guys are national treasure to the country. So even if you want to get into a venue and you have your accreditation, or you might left it in your car, somebody should be able to say, okay, this is Miss Vilma Charlton.
We don't,
she is an Olympian.
Yeah. We don't do a lot of that.
We don't treat.
But I can credit Netball Association for doing that.
Yeah, we don't treat our track and field athletes like they're a big deal. You know, we don't treat you guys like you are a big deal. We don't give you access. You know, and do you think we celebrate you guys enough as a country?
Well, sometimes we say yes, sometimes we say it's okay, but when I look at other countries, they're up there. And in discussing with Ruth today, I'm going to suggest that somebody like Shellyan, I think I'd suggested maybe...
We need to have a send... Well, she's not retiring.
No,
but this is
somebody
her last
like
Olympic
when she retires...
Yes.
I would like to see her go with the team. I think I said it when Merlene retired. Merlene never spoke a lot, but she could say things to them that the average person would not.
I don't think Merlene, I don't think we've given Merlene Ottey anything. I don't think Merlene Ottey got the recognition that she deserved. Merlene put us on the medal table as women. She's the first woman to win an Olympic medal at the 1980 Olympic Games. A bronze medal in the 200. Merlene Ottey has been to more Olympic Games than anybody in the history of track and field. 7 times, 6 times for Jamaica and 1 time for Slovenia. Do you think we need to celebrate you guys more?
Well, I guess they will say
Miss
when
Vilma,
you're
please
not
say
here.
yes.
We could and we should, but when you're not in the space, it is difficult.
But we have athletes in the space that
Here
we
in
are
Jamaica,
not
that's
celebrating.
true, that's
because
true.
I still don't think that we are celebrating Usain Bolt enough the way we
Yeah,
should,
that's
you know,
true.
celebrate Usain Bolt, Elaine, Veronica,
Yeah.
all of you guys, everybody,
Well,
Dion
it's
Hemmings.
different. It's different. Other countries do.
Other countries do it. We
Yeah.
treat our Olympians
Yeah.
like they are okay. So
But-
you run at the Olympics,
Well,
so that's good.
I'm not. Sometimes you feel disappointed.
You
but
should be
I'm not fazed by it because I got so much out of track and field. I want to do something that others can get out of track and
And my
field.
last question to you is that over the years, our athletes have been going through a lot with the federation and things. Do you think Jamaica track and field athletes should have an association, athletes association that can represent them, that can be a go-between
There
between
is a
them
group.
and
There is
the
a group,
foundation?
and Freighter represents.
There
us.
is a group for
Yeah,
that?
it's worldwide. It's not local. So from the worldwide group, they can form an association if they wish to.
Please,
If they wish
athletes,
to.
if you're watching, if you're listening, you need to form an association
But-
because I've seen so many of our athletes go through stuff and they have to fight their battle on their own. The latest one was Nayoka Clunis, who unfortunately is not in Paris, even though she made the team. She got her spot based on ranking. Nobody to represent her, you know. And other athletes, Taekwondo Tracy last year with that situation. There's no go between the athletes and the federation for representation so that the athletes can get some justice or something.
Yeah, well, there is an organization for the athletes now, and Freighter was the first when it was first formed.
What's the name of that organization, Ms. Vilma?
It's the Athletes Association. I can't remember.
Athletes
Yeah,
Association. I'm not
yeah.
sure if
Organization of athletes. 365 athletes.
365
yes.
athletes. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to do some
Athletes,
research
whatever.
on it. But one last question. I did say one last question, but one last question, Ms. Vilma. With what you're seeing now with the Olympic Games, is the first Jamaica has not been on the podium for the women in the 100 meter for more than 30 years.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yes, even before the game starts, a number of us were feeling that it wasn't going to be as good
It
as
was going to
in
be
the
tough.
past. And we have to recognize that it is the changing of the guard. And so I wouldn't beat up on anybody right now. It is the changing of the
Okay.
guard, and it's going to take time. What we will have to learn later on is how we get into the stream earlier and not wait until people retire.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
We need to have a feeding
Yes,
program. We
yes.
need to have a
It's
program in the
there.
back.
It's there,
It's
but
there,
it just came on stream, let's say. Last year, the youngsters who are making the team now,
Yeah.
they just finished high school, so it's still early days.
Yeah, I think we
But,
get so used to seeing
right.
Elaine and Shelly and Sharika. We think that the trio
Yeah.
is going to be there forever, but
yeah.
they're actually
the
phasing out.
Yes, we should have started our building.
Yeah,
but
we should
Francis,
have, yeah.
Francis and MVP Club, they do a good job at that.
Yes. But Miss Vilma Charlton, guys, the 800 meters, oh wow. That is the 800 meter semifinal. That was the 800 meter semifinal. That
Yes, and
noise,
unfortunately, I think our girl did not make it.
that's not Toya.
Yes,
She did not make
she was
it.
in the first one.
Yeah. But she did well. You know,
Yes,
she did well. She did well. But Miss Vilma,
I'm just saying that everybody now has to step up. The competition is
yes.
really, really tough.
Yes. And we need to start looking in other events too. We need to
Oh, but
spread
we are
our
doing
wings.
that. We are
the
doing that.
field is doing well. Now we
Yeah.
need to start doing some work on the middle and long distance so that
we would have to send our athletes to Africa.
No, but I think we can do it at home, Miss Vilma. I think what we need to do is to create a space
we
that
don't have,
our
we
800
don't have
meter.
to go to the mountains because it all has to do with the altitude training, etc.
Well, that we could do.
So
We could set up
there
a base.
There was talk about
There's
it. I
always
think.
been talk.
Yeah, the Africans, a group from Africa, South Africa, or I can't remember
If
which
I
one.
get the
Ethiopia.
support, if I get the support, I would head this program in Kenya. I would go to Kenya.
I think we did get a visit from Kenya, or they visited us on
We need a
some
camp
other,
there. We need a camp there.
and they said they would help us.
Yeah,
so-
we need a camp there. We need to be able to fly our athletes there who are interested in the middle and long distance, to be able to host them, to feed them, to look after them while they're there. And then a part of the year, a section of the year, they come to Jamaica and, compete.
Yeah.
But we need to do
Yes,
something.
but
Ms. Vilma.
unfortunately, many of our athletes are school athletes. They're
Yes,
students,
so when
so
they
they
leave high
can't.
school,
Well,
we would channel them in that system.
if they don't go abroad on a scholarship,
Right.
You know,
Because a lot of
so
them not
we will
going
have
abroad.
to. Well, that's true. Those
Yeah.
who are here, and everything is a cost too, because even to send them there, you'd have to keep them for 3 or 4 months.
But can't we do a
I'm
barter
sorry?
system with Kenya, where we said, okay, we want to set up a base here, but we need your help, and we will give you this. I don't-
Support in
Everything
the
is about
sprints.
collaboration now.
Yes, well, there are some countries that do that. There are some countries.
Yeah, we
that are
need to
here.
really start
In the
having
region
that
especially.
conversation.
In the
Because we
region.
have the youngsters who are leaving primary school, prep school, going into the high school, but after they leave high school, there's no system for them to say, okay, I want to go to this club or that club to continue improving on my middle or long distance. We have a lot of sprints clubs, so when athletes leave high school, they can say, I want to go to MVP, I want to go to racers, I want to go to elite, I want to go there. But for 800 people, there's really
Yeah.
no place for
A
them.
few of the clubs, but because remember the club system is new for us. It's started in 2008 when MVP, and it is growing.
It is growing,
It
yeah.
is growing, and we have the field events. I'm so proud of the field events.
Yeah, the field
medals,
is doing well,
because
yes.
we now have development meets for field events
yes.
only.
Yes,
And
yes.
it can go all day. Field
Yes.
events, so it's growing.
Good. Miss Vilma, Olympian, guys. This is Miss Vilma Charlton. I'm sure most of you would have seen her at the stadium. She's still involved in track and field. She is a 3-time Olympian, 1964, 1968, 1972. Miss Vilma Charlton, it was a pleasure having you. I call them the Jamaica Gems. Miss Charlton.
Thank you, Miss Heather. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Enjoy the rest of the championship.
Thank you.
HP Chat Track in association with the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited presents Paris Ayad. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field and independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What if I said make we chat about
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad.
it? Check and feel at the topic.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead. We're running it, finish.
HP Chat Track in association with
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set,
Paris Ayad. The world is watching and so are we. Let's support Team Jamaica from Yad as their quest for gold at the Paris Olympics begins. Hi everyone, I'm your girl HP, the host at HP Chat Track. We're here to cheer on Team Jamaica, win, lose or draw. From the track to the field, our athletes embody the spirit of resilience, determination and excellence. They are the pride of Jamaica, and now they're ready to conquer Paris. Join us on HP Chat Track as we bring you updates and in-depth analysis of our athletes' performances. This is more than just a competition. It's a celebration of our nation's talent and spirit. Remember to subscribe, like and share Yard and Abroad.
Guys, guess who is in the building with HP Chat Track and Unseen Sports TV? We have the big man himself, Mr. Team Jamaica, Bickle. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Great. In fact, it's so happy to be with you. It's been a while. The last time we were in the virtual space.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are here in the space. It is Jamaica Independence. It is the Olympic Games. You have been what you would call one of the backbone of the development of Jamaica track and field. Just tell me how you're feeling right now with what you're seeing happening in Paris.
I'm elated. I'm elated from a standpoint because, as you know, it's Team Jamaica for the past over 15 years or more. We have included our Caribbean brothers and sisters. And to watch not only Jamaicans do well, but the Caribbean, especially from the OECS, you know, it is awesome because many of those athletes are alum of Team Jamaica.
Indeed.
So it is a great feeling. It demonstrates that from this section of the world that has been so impacted by so many things, that yet we're producing at a higher caliber, and even France.
Indeed.
So the point here is that we are grateful. We are happy that we found ourselves in a situation where we're able to assist. And as I've always said, Jamaica finds itself in a position where it is at the pinnacle of track and field. It is our obligation to help our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, and it's paying off.
It is. Your organization just celebrated 30 years. Am I right? 30 years. Just tell me a little bit about the emotions that you felt yesterday when Jamaica could not do it in the women's 100 meter, and another Caribbean young lady who attends high school in Jamaica ran at the Jamaica High School Championship, won that gold medal.
And in fact, we hosted her several years at Penn. You know, so it was awesome. It is part of the whole Caribbean experience, and I hope that our leaders recognize this, because I know our Prime Minister was probably as happy as a lark because it's as a St. Catherine. Right. So what it demonstrates is that yes, though we may be different islands, we're from a region where we should be working closer together, and more importantly, is that we now must recognize that when we put more infrastructure and resources into sports, these are the moments that it allows us to reap, plus the benefits that comes economically.
Exactly. We expected to win medals yesterday from the track, but instead we earned the medals from the field. The women's triple jump, it was a Caribbean affair.
It was, and here goes again, Dominica. Who would have thought that on a day when Jamaica was not on the pinnacle of the pedestal, we had two islands, Dominica and St. Lucia, that would occupy those space, ahead of even the great United States. So so that is kudos for us. It is kudos for our administrators. It is kudos for our coaches, because yes, in general and in totality, we are competing higher above our pay scales when you consider the resources that we have at our behest.
Indeed. You cater to hundreds of students every year at the Pens Relay. How do you do it?
It's a labor of love. And once it's a labor of love, it means that there's a lot of passion that goes into it. Passion also is instrumental in how we go about our business and how we raise funds and how we go out and make things happen, because we truly believe in what we do. We are committed to it, and I have to at all times give kudos to the folks who I have the privilege of working with. You know, these are professionals, they're entrepreneurs, these are the average person who collectively come together at the table in the tent and recognize that the number one responsibility we have is to our athletes or ambassadors.
Indeed, indeed. Track and field is a sport that involves track events and field events. Of course, we have been doing, I think it's the first in over 30 years, Jamaica has not been on the podium for the women's 100 meter. The field is catching up. The field is looking good. Our middle and long distance program continues to suffer. What do you think we need to put in place in order to have the young people gravitating to those?
It goes back again to infrastructure and a commitment to those scenarios. I always believe that if you build, people will come.
I agree.
All right? And so there's still a significant amount of space that we could add value to attract more persons to these races. And also to recognize too that we may need additional interventions externally. Because you see, one thing too that Jamaica also now benefits from, and this is something that we are cultivating and promoting. I spend a lot of my time outside of Jamaica. My children were not born here, they were born in the United States. If they were track athletes or they're sports oriented, they have an opportunity to represent Jamaica. We need to be promoting more of that. Because if you see in many of the disciplines where there are no Jamaicans to fulfill, you see many of the folks from outside of Jamaica with Jamaican parentage participating.
Exactly.
And so we need to expand on that. And by expanding that now means that we take away opportunities. It could mean then that we develop it to include more locals to participate. And I believe that's an area that we need to seriously look at.
I totally agree. I was just talking to Olympian Miss Vilma Charlton, and I was saying the same thing to her, that we need to create space that these athletes will know that they have somewhere to go after leaving high school. You don't get a scholarship to go overseas or a scholarship to attend a university here. There is a space that you can go to continue to develop that 800 meters that maybe you're running at high school at 1 minute, say 48 seconds kind of thing. So as you said, if we create, people will.
Yes, indeed. I strongly believe in that because, you know, it's just like, for example, in Jamaica, we have some of the best coaches in the world. You know, there should be a mechanism in place to promote that by itself.
Yes.
Because, you see, those kind of skill sets and services, there are many folks over the world that yearns for them. And I believe that that industry needs to be built out. Because when you build it out, it means in that there's opportunities for economics. It's about the business of sports.
Yes. I'm happy that you use the word business. I keep saying that, the business
of sports. You see, and I've always continued to say this, that the welfare of our athletes is about the business of sports. The business of sports is about the welfare of our athletes. Indeed. They go hand in hand. Yes. You know, so we can't just sit here on occasion at these and just wave on and carry on and enjoy ourselves. Yeah. We have to make sure that we're nurturing the root so that we can in turn enjoy the fruit.
Exactly.
You see, and enough of that is not taking place. We're trying to pick fruit that we have no participation in making it happen, but we are there. We must find a way to put a toll gate on all those who are jumping on the bandwagon right now.
Indeed. Do you think we celebrate our athletes enough?
No, we can never celebrate our ambassadors enough. There's always room to do that. But we must do so in a strategic way that is fulfilling and also creates opportunities. You know, just to say that you have a big parade and everybody comes out and drink a food. That's not what I'm talking about. How do we make it such that it becomes a legacy scenario?
Legacy,
you see, so that people now can recognize that there's a pathway and a future for them in that scenario. Because it's a career, you know.
It is.
It may be a short career, but it is a career, and a career that can be that has proved to be very successful for many.
Indeed. How much credit would you give to Champs for where we are now in track and field?
A lot, because Champs, you know, let's put Champs in perspective, you know, because it's the Olympics, the pen relays, and then Champs. So therefore we have to understand that Champs is this area here is the mecca for our young people. You see? And the question now is, how do we now further leverage champs?
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about a school winning champs, but how do we take and ensure that the mass of students step up to the plate and can participate? There should not just be participation or enthusiasm to grab an athlete from over there. No. How do we make sure that infrastructure is over there so that we can have more athletes coming from over there to come here? You know, it cannot just be concentrated in one area. Jamaica has a plethora and a wealth of athletes and young people who, given the opportunity, can be world beaters.
Indeed. My last question to you is, should we open up the doors for international students to come here for school and compete at champs?
All right.
Should we put a limit on the amount of international students we're bringing in?
There has to be a limit, all right? But we should open it up. The reason I say there's a limit, because it's the same thing that occupies other international sports. There's a limit as to how many international players can be in a Premier League team or whatever the case might be, all right? And the same scenario too, there are limitations as to how many students comes into a college. There are limitations. Sometimes it's driven by resources, but sometimes it's just the rules and regs. The question is, though, is how do we ensure that when this takes place, it encourages and it facilitates and build our local infrastructures and students? Because in some of those cases, too, economics also flow with that. And we can't forget that, because it takes cash to care.
Indeed.
You can tell me how much you love me and you care for me, but if you don't have the cash to make it happen, it's not going to happen. So in some cases, that becomes also a economic pipeline. You understand me? And at the same token, it helps to develop and build the brand. So we have to look at it from those perspectives, not just about to say that you're going to block this man from doing X, Y, Z. If the opportunity is there, just as how our kids and your kids, you'd want to aspire to go to other places, we also recognize that there are others who would like to come here.
Indeed.
There must be a facility in place, a structured facility in place for it.
Indeed. And with that said, next year, just tell us a little bit about your plans for Pens Relay next year, because before you know it, it is
I know. You know, I'm still reveling this year because there's something we did this year that, you know, I have to share, because every year we try to we move it to another level, and the level moved. We had several levels this year, but one that stood out the most is that how do the nexus of sports and music, especially reggae, and this year we're able to take reggae music into that bastion Pen Relays, and we actually had reggae music on the field in Pen Relays, and it's something that we hope to build on, because there's a good nexus, and it's opportunistic, and it's a way to go. The other thing I want to indicate is that we're going to have to find some ways to start getting the word out, especially athletes who will go overseas and get themselves involved in school and all that. We have to keep hammering home the fact about the rules and regulations and how they operate in the new space they find themselves. The United States is an open space, but it's a closed space. It's a space that will give you liberal movements, but as an international student, you must understand your restrictions. And I always say this: young people who are aspiring to be in the sports world must realize that, and I can only speak on the United States, that you must make sure that your actions, you protect your interest. And some things you may get away with down here, don't try it in the United States, because it will have some impact.
We have to educate them.
Yes.
And Daniel England has a foundation that actually have a summit every year to help students who are transitioning from high school to international phase. So
because one of the things, one simple thing, shoplifting and picking up something that belongs to you, it's not you will find yourself in serious trouble, and it will have damage it. Not only disgraceful, but in this case, your student visa is imperiled, and the opportunities, if you become a professional to enter the United States, could be imperiled. So please be mindful of that.
Indeed. And with that said, thank you very much.
And here's your 30th commemorative pin.
Oh, wow. I got a pin that I'm going to pin right here. Team Jamaica.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thanks for having me.
A pleasure.
Same here. Same here.
And I'll come and hang out with you in a little bit.
Of course. Track is #1 in the world.
Yes. Track and field. We just keep going. And guys, here, this man, he has been doing so much for track and field Jamaica Mr. Sinclair, Team Jamaica Bickle. I've been hearing about this organization for years, and finally I get to meet the man behind the mission and this successful organization. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, thank you. And guys, we are getting ready to go into the 100-meter final that should be coming up shortly.
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply.
Paris Ayad. The world is watching and so are we. Let's support Team Jamaica from Yad as their quest for gold at the Paris Olympics begins. Hi everyone, I'm your girl HP, the host at HP Chat Track. We're here to cheer on Team Jamaica, win, lose or draw. From the track to the field, our athletes embody the spirit of resilience, determination and excellence. They are the pride of Jamaica, and now they're ready to conquer Paris. Join us on HP Chat Track as we bring you updates and in-depth analysis of our athletes' performances. This is more than just a competition. It's a celebration of our nation's talent and spirit. Remember to subscribe, like and share Yard and Abroad.
HP Chat Track, in association with the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited, presents Paris Ayad. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field in independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What if I said, make we chat about it.
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad.
Check and feel at the topic.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead. We're running.
And guys, I am back here again. Oh my God, the interviews just keep coming in. It is about the Olympics, it's about Jamaica track and field. And I have in the chair with me, I now have a track and field fan. Yes, I do have a track and field fan here. And of course, we're going to hear how the fans feel about the games that is going on and their opinion. Roman, with me is Roman Stewart. Roman, welcome. Welcome to the set.
Indeed, it's my pleasure to be a part of this forum today. I've really been a fan for quite a long while and was a very low key, but this time I finally decided that I wanted to step it up a little bit and be more active where this mission is concerned.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for being here. But my first question to you is, how did you get to like the sport of track and field?
Wow. Given the fact that I am a aspirant commentator, and from growing up I always coming from a household where sports is always the in thing, especially track and field, like how the Olympics is going on now. Everyone in my household will be tuning to the Olympics and getting very patriotic as when we see our favorite, our Jamaican athlete excelling at the best.
Great, great, great. Based on what you're seeing now happening at the Olympic Games, what are your thoughts so far as a fan?
Well, my own thoughts is that looking at yesterday, many persons will say that it was a bittersweet one because we were expecting to medal in the women's 100 meter, but however, it doesn't get to materialize. But we give thanks that the young sprinter from out of Edwin Tia Clayton, still able to keep the tradition of having Jamaica a finalist in the
in the 100 meter. But however, we must also give heart of gratitude to Shanika Ricketts and Rajinja Campbell for really putting Jamaica on the map with those two magnificent medals. And I will have to say that history has been made once again for Jamaica in the shot put. I don't think it has really been talked much about because of the overwhelming hype of the 100 meter. But I definitely think that where the medal standpoint is at this moment, we are on target, but it's just that it didn't come into the fashion that we expected it to be.
Indeed, indeed. And you spoke about a bittersweet moment. It was a bittersweet moment yesterday for all Jamaicans. I'm going to say all Jamaicans.
That's right.
I was on set and I wasn't sure how to control my emotions when I, when I started learning of what is happening. But let us talk about the field a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't pay enough attention is not paid in the field. There are eight field events at Global Track and Field Championship. And so far, Jamaica has been in 6 of them at the Global Championship. We only need to get to the pole vault and the javelin now. But all the others we have been a part of in Global. How good is that? I mean, the legacy in the field, it is growing.
Yeah, this definitely showing that they now started to see the importance of the fields event. And we must also say kudos to Travis Dacre, who always been very consistent in the discourse coming from his side. And we also have to pay tribute as well to Trisha K. Smith, who won us gold in 2005 in Helsinki.
Exactly.
So I think coming from her, I think the inspiration would have really come from Trisha K. Smith coming until now, even though when she retired, we never really see any big major impact from that period.
Well,
but
Kimberly, you know something? Kimberly Williams, she kept the torch going after Trisha.
Yes, because she was very consistent by making it into global final. And now here comes Shanika Ricketts, who
and Achilles.
And Achilles Smith. And we also must give credit to Lamar Destin, who was she, even though she didn't qualify to go to the next round, but what we want to see that a balanced and rounded team in terms of the structure, not only in terms of the sprinting, but once we see that high level of enthusiasm started to flow all across the areas, such as the fields event, then the elements of success will take its times and comes in. And we also started to see some little bit of provision in terms of the grassroots level started to get a little bit more dedicated where it is concerned. And we have to give kudos to Calabar as well for really emphasizing on the fields event, producing persons like a Travis Michael, who has been a very good ambassador for Jamaica.
And Frederick Dakers
Chad
Wright.
That's right, Chad Wright.
So
remember Chad Wright as well won a bronze medal in the World Championship. I think it was in Beijing. It was in Beijing 2015. So we have seen where the fields event has started to improve, but it yet to catch the attention of the people. It's just because we always tend to build ourselves around one set of thing.
Around the sprints.
Right.
Yes. But we really need to, as a country, as a fan, as a track and field fan like myself, what would you like to see happening with our track and field as it relates from the 100 to even the 5,000, 1,500, 5,000? What would you like to see happening there as a track and field fan?
Well, what I can say is that when I look at the geographic of Jamaica, sometimes it always makes me wonder how is it that we are not being able to produce world-class long-distance runners. And I think if we can be able to maximize on the geographic that we have in terms of the hills and so forth, then we will be able to see the importance. But as we said that we in Jamaica, we always like to see when people be world beaters first before we set the trend.
Yes.
It's almost a case that we don't believe in setting the trend to create the world beaters. We want to see the world beaters first, and then after we started the foundation.
Exactly.
So I don't
And
think...
it cannot work like that.
It cannot work like that.
You have to put in the work if you want the result.
Right. And I think not everybody is going to be the Asafa as a foundation, because Asafa actually was the first man to break the 100-meter world record and show us that we can stay on the ground in Jamaica and be world beaters. We don't have to think about to go overseas in order to become world beaters. So what happened is that I think corporate Jamaica as well as to think about to come on board to facilitate this program as well, because we asked to get a solid foundation to show some level of interest, because Latoya Gould rather doing her best to see how she can inspire. Adele Tracy is also there as well. Before them, it was the Yvette Turners and some other set of persons. Ines Turner. Campbell, right? But we have to think about, so there's no question about that the talent is not there. The talent is there. But the question is that, how does we cultivate it? How does we transform it to a different elements to really get persons to feel empowered to do it? Because the truth about it, if you don't have someone there that you can say come from this program and becomes a world beater, then you don't have adequate amount of influence to make a younger generation see exactly what's going to happen.
We need to start paying attention, and we need to invest, because and this is, I'm going off track a little bit about football, as in what some part of the world call soccer.
Yeah.
For football does well in Europe and in
South America.
That's right. Why? Academy. They set up academy and filter the children into that academy, and they work on their skill. Hence why South America and Europe can dominate
the
World Cup. And they have the best league, especially in Europe. They have some of the best league in
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I will come up with a significant point that will strengthen your argument even more. Over the period of Usain Bolt dominance, there was so much more that Jamaica could have capitalized on.
Oh my God.
I don't think we really capitalized on that golden era. Here is the opportunity where you have the world at hands, really looking for Jamaica for the inspiration of legends. And I think if they capitalize it and build an academy of the name of the Usain Bolt Academy, then it could have been way much more better. But what would you do? You will use your strength to develop the weakness. Here is what you're going to do now. In that period, you could have partnerships. See if you could get some partnership with the African countries, right? They have an interest to excel in the sprint. And you want to have an interest to excel in the distant running. So if you both could have traded in that fashion where you delegate some expertise in terms of sprinting to go there and to do some level of programs and the same.
Indeed. We have to, we don't have a vision. I think the problem is that we lack vision.
Right.
We lack vision and we lack passion. The people who are in charge, they either have no vision, no passion, or they don't care. I don't know which one of it is, but it shows that, because as you said, we have not capitalized in the era of
Usain Bolt.
The success that we had with Usain Bolt, you know, Veronica, Asafa, Shellyan, Karen, and all of those people,
that's right.
Ellie Bailey, all those people. You know, we have not I want somebody to show me one thing that we have improved on. Our infrastructure look the same.
Exactly the same.
I was having a discussion with some people at breakfast this morning, and I was asking them who owned the land at Kirkvine, because Kirkvine is a nice little spot. You can set up a mini stadium that when you have a track and field meet in that area, the community can come out and support the venture. You generate revenue to maintain it. A lot of our Olympians come from Veer Technical, Manchester High School.
Such a rich history.
Such a rich history from South Jamaica.
That's right.
Montego Bay, we have a facility there. It out
Catching
commission for how long?
All right. And then you mentioned the facilities. You have a facility, a mini stadium that was built for the 2007 Cricket World Cup in Trelawney.
Don't even talk about an elephant.
Right. I think that's where now you have a different atmosphere in terms of you got something right on the North Coast that you could use as a proper attraction in terms of tourism. So if you could have improved on the infrastructure, remember, Trelawney is where the greatest sprinter on earth is from. Two of the greatest at least, Veronica Campbell-Brown and Usain Bolt. And of course, you have creditable persons such as Michael Frater, who was very consistent in terms of the 4x1 relay. Taekwondo Tracy as well. And you also have
Dorothy Scott Genius, who is one of the first.
And Warren Weir is from there.
Warren Weir is also from there. We have a lot of Olympians. Ines Turner
is from Trelawney.
Sisters are from there also. You know, so
and Mario Forsyth.
Ricardo Chambers is also from there, former quarter miler. So there are so many Olympians. Let me tell you, I think personally, the person who agreed to that stadium to be built in Trelawney, I think they blunder, because we are a track and field country. How can you sign off on something like that? No, in this era, if you're building a facility, it must be an all-purpose, a multi-purpose facility, so that you can use it for different things.
True.
You can generate revenue in order to sustain it. But one, it is not a multi-purpose. And the funniest thing is that they did not even have one World Cup cricket match there.
Absolutely
they had
not.
the opening ceremony. I was at the opening ceremony and a few warm-up matches. Not even one World Cup cricket match. And you spend so much money, build that facility, and did not build it without.
Then what was the essence? What was the essence behind it?
I don't know.
What was the essence behind it?
I don't know. It's beyond me. But in Jamaica, we need some mini stadiums around Jamaica so that communities can come out and support track and field meets. Because Kingston don't have to drive, go down Manchester when there's a meet. There's enough people in the community to support the local meet. Western, the same thing. Eastern, right now, St. Mary and St. Anne and all of those produce so many Olympians. We're talking about Jackie Pusey. We're talking about
Danny McFarlane, Aileen Bailey,
Dion
Hemmings, that's right,
so
and
many of
Christania Williams.
So many of them come from the North Coast or Central, down that side.
That's right.
I don't know what we're doing, or what people are doing. I don't know what they're thinking, but
I think what happened is that we in Jamaica, we tend to ride on the success of the athlete, but not thinking about the substance of it. Because we always try to live in the moment and not try to think ahead.
And that's because we don't have a vision.
That's right.
If there is a vision, then you will have a short-term plan to take you to that vision. But we don't even have anything like that. Every season we come, our track and field look the same. You go to a track meet, it look the same.
It's just the same.
People are not even selling merchandise. You go to a track meet, you can't even get some jerk chicken or some soup. The only place you can go get it at the stadium.
One of the weirdest things that you could
be selling their merchandise at track and field meet.
You know what is one of the most disgraceful? One of the most disgraceful aspect of it is that to hear athlete or in the fields event that represent the country time after time in the Olympics has to be doing a different job.
Yeah, well, our athletes have to leave. I talk to a lot of athletes and they're like, oh, when I leave work, I have to go. Right now, I have a whole lot of interviews backed up because some of my athletes, they have to leave work. By the time they leave work and then go training, then go to work, then come back for training.
That's right.
And they're so tired.
So tired.
We need to allocate enough funds to help the athletes who don't have any contract,
Yeah, but
who are having it hard, because these are the same athletes who we want gold medal from.
and that's right. That was the reason why when we did have some surprises in the Tokyo Olympics where Usain Bolt was warning the athlete them about knowing their brand, because
knowing your brand and knowing what you're
right,
worth.
because corporate Jamaica not going to sponsor an athlete that they don't know nothing about, right?
It's a part of the development. So you see an athlete's training and they're struggling.
Right.
Sponsor them, and sponsorship doesn't mean that you have to give them a big check.
No.
You can say to them, I will pay your rent for the month. I will give you food for the month. I will give you supplement for the month.
Right.
So it's not all about giving them a big check. You can
Right.
do little things to make their journey, as Julian Alfred said. You hear what you said yesterday in the interview? Thank you, Jamaica, for being a part of the process.
Right.
We just need to be a part of the process. But we have to stop here because time is going and we're going into the 100-meter final. But before we go, these are the finalists. I want you to do a quick commentary.
A quick
commentary on how you
No,
think
let me see what's
will
happening
go.
here.
So guys, he is going to do a quick commentary for us of the 100-meter final that is coming up shortly.
Okay. Welcome to the men's 100-meter final right here in France. It is the moment that we all been waiting for. This is where when the dreams will become reality and legend will be started to be born here. So let's go to the lane draw. In lane 2, Kenny Bednarek of the United States. This young man has seemed to improve immensely in the 100-meter, formerly a 200-meter runner, but he has now stepped down to do the 100-meter, and let's see if that is going to pay off tonight. In lane 3, Fred Curley of the United States. Fred Curley, a former 100-meter world champion all the way back in Eugene, Oregon in 2022. And let's see if he can rely on that moments of influence to really land him on the podium tonight. In lane 4, the man we all been talking about and longing to see, Kishane Thompson from Micheltown in Clarendon, usually attend the Garvey Maceo High School, ran 9.77 seconds, looking very comforting at the national trials, and in the semifinal he ran 9.81 equally with Oblique Sivell, and let's see how he will go here tonight. In lane 5, Akini Simbini of South Africa, and really looking very, very consistent and dangerous. He's in the final, and once you have a lane, anything can happen. In lane 6, Oblique Sivell. Oblique Sivell ran 9.81, a personal best for him in the semifinal. He has defeated Noah Lyles twice this year. First at the Jamaica Grand Prix, the Racers Grand Prix at the National Stadium, where he ran 9.82. He ran 9.81 in the semifinal, jointly fast with Kishane Thompson. So let's see how he will go here tonight. Remember, he has placed 4th on 2 occasions at the World Championship. And in lane 7, Noah Lyles from the United States, double world champion last year in Hungary. He won the 100-meter and also the 200-meter, and looking creditable at this point. He ran 9.83, but we know he has an immaculate tapping speed, can get him on the podium. In lane 8, the full potential, Lester Tibogo, a young man with great potential. And in lane 9, defending Olympic champion, Lamont Marcel Jacobs is in the final. So it is a moment we all been waiting for. India blocks a go for the men's 100-meter final. All eyes on Kishane Thompson, lane 4, Oblique Sivell, lane 6, and Noah Lyles in lane 7. And they are now in set position. And it's a bullet start from Kishane Thompson. So to oblique Sibel and Kishane Thompson looking very good. Noah Lyles try to come forward, but Kishane Thompson steps on the accelerator and moving toward the finishing line. Oblique Sibel try to come forward, but Kishane Thompson explode to the finishing line. 9.62, new Olympics record. A fabulous performance from Kishane Thompson. He gets a bullet start and he executes a tremendous race to the final of the Olympics. Kishane Thompson is so fabulous and being a superman here tonight. In second place, Oblique Sibel, 9.74, and in third place, Noah Lyles, 9.79. A cracking performance from the Jamaican. Jamaica goes 1-2 in the men's 100-meter final, and the first time since the retirement of Usain St. Leopold, Jamaica has got on the podium and top flight style. You can imagine the rose in Offer Tree, the massive celebration in Kingston, the massive celebration in Clarendon, and Kishane Thompson and Oblique Sibel has delivered in fantastic style.
With that said, thank you very, very much. That was awesome, awesome. So guys, there you have it. Roman Stewart, he's a track and field fan, a super fan like all of us. And guys, we will return in a few minutes for the 100-meter final, the men's 100-meter final, coming up with Kishane Thompson, Oblique Sibel, Noah Lyles, and company. Thank you very much, sir, for being...
HP Chat Track, in association with the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited, presents Paris Ayad. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field in independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What if I said, make we chat about it.
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad.
Check and feel at the topic.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead. We're running it, finish.
HP Chat Track, in association with the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited, presents Paris Ayad. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field in independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What if I said, make we chat about it.
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad.
Check and feel at the topic.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead. We're running it.
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down.
Paris Ayad. The world is watching and so are we. Let's support Team Jamaica from Yad as their quest for gold at the Paris Olympics begins. Hi everyone, I'm your girl HP, the host at HP Chat Track. We're here to cheer on Team Jamaica, win, lose or draw. From the track to the field, our athletes embody the spirit of resilience, determination and excellence. They are the pride of Jamaica, and now they're ready to conquer Paris. Join us on HP Chat Track as we bring you updates and in-depth analysis of our athletes' performances. This is more than just a competition. It's a celebration of our nation's talent and spirit. Remember to subscribe, like and share Yard and Abroad. Paris a Yard. The world is watching and so are we. Let's support Team Jamaica from Yard as their quest for gold at the Paris Olympics begins. Hi everyone, I'm your girl HP, the host at HP Chat Track. We're here to cheer on Team Jamaica, win, lose or draw. From the track to the field, our athletes embody the spirit of resilience, determination and excellence. They are the pride of Jamaica, and now they're ready to conquer Paris. Join us on HP Chat Track as we bring you updates and in-depth analysis of our athletes' performances. This is more than just a competition. It's a celebration of our nation's talent and spirit. Remember to subscribe, like and share Yard and Abroad.
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs, now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs, now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit.
HP Chat Track in association with the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited presents Paris a Yard. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field in independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. Oh, what a fast step.
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad. Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it all the way, we're in the lead. We're running it, finish.
Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs, now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs, now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs, now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,995. Only Singer has 120 days for cash and 9 months no interest. Shop today for unbeatable credit. Conditions apply. Ready, set, go! Race down to Singer to get golden deals on appliances, electronics, and furniture. Be a part of the action with LG 4K Ultra High Definition televisions. Get a free microwave with the purchase of an electric stove. Stay cool with inverter ACs now at the lowest prices this summer. Get freezers starting as low as $39,900.
A little bit more in depth. Let us really scrutinize it a little bit, because this is a serious 100 meter. This is a serious 100 meter final. Look where Simbini is. Simbini is between the two Jamaicans.
No, I just want Francis to understand how close this final is. Only 1300ths of a second separates the fastest qualifier from the slowest qualifier in this 100 meter. All 9 men have run sub 10, and all 9 men are capable of running sub 9.9 seconds.
Woo!
This, in my
what
opinion,
a final!
could possibly be the fastest final in Olympic history.
So you're saying we should see something lower than 9.63 held by Mr. Usain Bolt?
Well, what I will say is that based on the moment and based on what I saw in the semifinals, I think 9.63 running fast. Anybody running faster than 9.63 might be a stretch. I would be surprised. However, in a field of this caliber, I wouldn't be, 9.7. 9.74, 9.76 look to be, the time that could win the event. But this is going to be.
Yes, listen. I am nervous and I am not running. I can feel my hands feeling a little funny. I'm wondering how Usain St. Leo Bolt. I'm wondering how he's feeling right now. What mood is he's in right now, knowing that his Olympic record might be under threat. Unseen.
For me, I am so nervous right now.
I am nervous.
I used to run, and it always bothers me when I'm on the track. But one thing I always tell myself is, go out there and just move those feet. You just move your feet. Once the gun busts, move the feet. Don't worry about it. The anxiety will help you to go faster. That's what I tell myself. So I hope Kishen and Oblique is very experienced at the moment, coming fourth in a lot of championships. I think at this time around he wants to be on top, and he is showing that. Oblique Civil is showing that, qualifying to the final at a time of 9.81. Personal best. Yeah, personal best. Never run this fast, and he's into the finals.
Do you think Usain Bolt is nervous right now about his record?
No, I don't think Usain Bolt is nervous, but I think Kishen Thompson, if he gets a complete race, he can come close to it. And that will, raise some eyebrows and some scares going forward.
What about Oblique? Go ahead.
Before I talk on Oblique, I just want to congratulate the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Shafika Maloney, national record in the women's 800 meters, 1 minute 57.59 seconds. She is in the final, and I can imagine the people of St. Vincent. This has been an excellent championships for the Caribbean. So as it relates to Oblique Civil now, I believe Oblique Civil will be our 2024 Olympic champion. I believe that he has shown me that this final he will be focused. I believe that he will be ready for the moment. There has been 2 championships, back-to-back 4th place finishes, and I believe that this is the moment where Oblique Civil will rise. As relates to Kishen Thompson having finished in 2nd, yes, he is a quality competitor, but I do believe that it's an Olympic final, the biggest stage there is, and I think that gives me that, for me, that is the slight edge I would give to Oblique versus Kishen Thompson. For my bronze medalist, I have Marcel Lamont Jacobs. The Olympic champion is showing that he is fit and ready. And I believe that the Olympic champion, when the Marcel Jacobs is fit, he is a very dangerous customer. So I expect those 3 persons to be on the podium. Of course, I expect the Americans and the rest of the competitors to really challenge. I believe it could be a blanket finish. You remember 1996, you know, or 90, even 1992, when you had that blanket finish for the women's 100. I believe it will be the same here in the men's 100 meters tonight.
I said it earlier that I think that this 100 meter will need a lean to win it, and I'm not sure which one of you said it is not going to be that close, but I think it is going to be very, very close. Right now, my chest area feel like it's tightening up. I don't know.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I understand what you said. Oblique is going to win, but I disagree.
No problem.
I have another contender, in my opinion, that will win, and it's right in front of our eyes. I know that we want to see Oblique Seville there because of the experience, but Kishan Thompson, for me, demonstrated that he's faster than everybody. I don't think it's going to be a lean. I don't think it's going to be a lean.
You're saying it's a runaway?
I think Kishan Thompson will move away from the pack. He's not going to leave anything for us to say that, hey, you could do this or you could do that. He's going to get that start. He's going to get that first 30 to 60 meter, and he's going to move away from people.
Wow.
Can Oblique Seville and Kish and people noise in the back there, people.
Oblique
Noise in
Seville
the back.
is being introduced.
Oblique Seville is being introduced there.
It's being introduced.
I'm telling you, it is.
Oh God, guys, I am nervous. Nerves.
We're at Pegasus right now, and I'm telling you that a lot of people.
All of you want to see our legs, guys. I swear.
Nervousness.
Yeah, this is.
Akeem Sinbini, lane number 5, is coming out.
He is a formidable competitor. He is somebody who, you know, he has been there and thereabouts, and he has, and you know, even from 2016, he was in the final. You know, he's someone not to underestimate.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see where he is?
Kishan Thompson. Woo! HP, Kishan. Give them, yes, that's what we're talking about. You're living for this, sir.
Yes.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about.
Yes, the man come out in his outfit.
You changing your mind? You changing your mind?
No, I'm not changing my mind at all.
HP, who is going to win? Make a prediction from now.
It's tough for me. Any of the Jamaicans, it's hard to really call because of how good they are performing. You know, it's hard to.
Who is this?
It's Noah Lyles.
No must Noah. Anything like that, it has to be Noah.
Oh, Noah playing his mind game here. Noah with his mind game. People, Noah with his mind game.
I swear.
If he doesn't win this,
Me not rule out Noah.
the whole world will be on him.
At this point in time, the entire field is quality.
Yeah, man.
This
Quality.
100 meter field, I am telling you, best assembled field I've seen since 2012.
Not even when Bolt ran that 9.69 in Beijing, the field was a quality.
Not even 2012 when he ran the 9.63.
Yeah.
You're blowing. Noah Lyles blowing people.
It had Justin Gatlin, it had Johan Blake.
It had Asafa Powell.
Kishan, the time is now.
Guys,
The time is now.
oh my word. Do or die. I can't watch people. I cannot watch. People, I cannot watch. I'm serious. I can't.
The time is now, people. Time is now. Welcome to Unseen Sports TV and HP Chat. Akil and Miss Edda Phillips is here. And the 100 meter final is on us. I'm telling you, Noah Lyles come out like he wants it. He's telling himself he wants it. He's jumping, he's hitting his chest, trying to build that confidence. But he knows beside him he has a warrior.
If Noah ever win this race,
I
told you. Can't see.
Noah
If he
have a
wins,
chance.
If he wins, he richly deserves a hype that he has been receiving over the last 12 months.
So you believe that he can win?
No.
I think he's a contender. Will he win? That's a different argument. But definitely he's in the party. He's a part of the party.
People, we're at Pegasus right now, and I'm telling you, the
Pegasus
place
is
full. The place is full.
Yes,
the place is full. On my screen right now, I have the live feed. So, you know,
Guys, We
Ooh.
wish we could show you the race,
Ooh.
but we can't. We can't.
Please don't block the TV, people.
Me to- me to
Don't block the TV.
You can move to screen.
Not you, not you. Right there. You don't want him to block the TV.
No. Just let it flow. Just let it flow.
All right.
Woo.
And this final is big. Well done, Oblique Civil. Just focus. No pick any, don't pick any start.
Guys, I can't
React
even
to the
look
gun
up until the race start. I can't
and
even
move.
look.
React to the gun and move. Kishane, this is the time. No joking now.
Oh my God.
Kishane, this is the time. No joking now.
Jamaica 1-2. Jamaica 1-2.
That's what I want.
Quinella.
Anyone win, we work with it.
Quinella.
Anyone win, we work with
We
it.
work with it.
Any
Quinella.
Jamaican win, we work with it, people.
Quinella.
Any Jamaican.
Quinella. Jamaica fur.
Now I'm going to try to get a start.
He's going to try.
He's
because
gonna
he
try.
will need it. Let's hope it doesn't work against him. They're not all fast starters. I think
Noah is going to try to get a start right now.
maybe Noah has a poorest start.
Woo!
No, but remember, you know, he went indoors.
People.
He went to 60 indoors
Race
to
big.
improve. It's to improve, you
Race
know.
big. The race.
Ay, ay, ay.
The race.
Not even the starter. The
race
starter,
start
they
right
look like
now.
they don't know what to do.
Yeah, the starters don't want to
The
start the race.
starters look like they're nervous, just as nervous as
holding.
we are.
Kishane with the smile face, baby assassin style right now.
Hey,
Roar.
to get to a final like this, you know,
People.
not easy.
Like, subscribe, and share to HP Track Chat and Unseen Sports
Yes,
TV.
people, please to go and subscribe to my channel. Please, HP Chat Track, please. Share the content. Oh my
And they're going on their marks.
Oh,
Listen
Lord,
for the
they're going on their
commentary
marks.
from Unseen Sports TV.
Be quiet for the start, please.
I am nervous and I'm not in the race. And they're on their marks. Woo! Shh. Set. And they're off. Ah! Yes! Yes, people! Ooh! Tell me, who is that? Kishane for the win.
Who gets second? Who gets second?
Kishane for the win. Let's go. Let me see what's there. That's close. Oh, no Elias? What?
Noah Laz won.
Whoa.
It's between Noah Laz and Kishane.
Oh, shit. No Elias winning? No, sir. Something is wrong there.
Noah Laz, whoa.
You see, and this is what I keep saying. We cannot rule him out.
Yeah, I couldn't rule him out.
That's
Can't
what
rule him
I
out
keep
for sure.
saying.
No Elias?
May I say it all season. Say we can't.
9.79.
No, man, this look like this. No.
No. No. No Elias?
I disagree with this one.
9.79.
See the photo finish.
Good try, Kishane. Nothing is wrong with that. It's your first. It's his first.
Oblique last.
Yeah, 9.91. Oblique. Boy.
You see,
No, man, I want to see this race
Oblique,
over
Oblique
again.
crying. Jano Star. YouTube turn over right now.
you see.
The place turn over,
You
people.
see, and this is what I talk about, you know.
The place turn over
Ladies
right
and
now.
gentlemen, Noah has won.
This is what I
So,
talk
based on
about.
photo finish, no has one.
This is what I talk about every time. You cannot rule out a
So,
competitor.
people,
I've been saying it.
like,
I've been
subscribe.
saying it. I've been saying it. I've been saying it.
No lies have one.
Jesus of mercy.
Congratulations to Noah Lyles.
Go ahead.
So congratulations to Noah Lyles. I want them to show the replay again.
So why are they not? Alright, so the replay here coming. Fred Curley got. You see, Fred Curley.
No.
Oh, so oh that.
No.
No.
I'm all dipping for true, you know.
What did I say? I said.
Execution wasn't there.
No, I
from
said
Kishian.
this race.
Kishian never excuse.
Listen,
Kishian never execute.
I said this
Kishian
race
never execute.
will take a lean to win it. That was what I said. And you said, no, it wasn't going to be that close. You cannot look at how these men are competing and say this race wasn't going to be close.
No,
I said it.
He's faster than that.
No, but
Kishian.
yeah, but you see, the thing is that sometimes we cannot see past our people, and that's why I keep saying we have to be objective. And I said it. I said it that it is going to take a lean. It is going to take a lean to win it. And see, Noah come from out of nowhere, come lean.
Good win.
Jesus, congrats to Noah. He did what he needed to do to win it.
Oblique disappointment though.
No, but on a serious note though, look at that men's 100-meter final.
Look how close it was.
Noah Lyles 9.79, Kishane Thompson 9.79, Fred Curley 9.81, Akini Simbine 9.82, Marcel Jacobs 9.85, Tobago 9.86. Kenny Bender at 9.88.
Him really dip him out for true, you know. If you
no, Virgin.
In dip him, man. Him out dip him, man. If you look at the line.
So them look point to see.
If you look at where Noah Torso is, you see, if Kishane had done this, if Kishane had leaned a little bit more, he would have won. No, man.
It depends on the angle that we're seeing.
The angle you look one. I tell the people say Oblique will have confidence this year, you know. When they come on to the big race, and then tell me say I lie, me I tell.
And you see, and this is why when you predict, you cannot rule out.
That's why I mean never pick Oblique Civil from day one.
No, but you are saying Kishane couldn't lose.
Kishane not lose.
I mean I tell you say we can't.
Kishane not lose that. Kishane not run or him for run, him not execute properly. Him succumb to the pressure.
No, earlier that it is going to take a lead
because him supposed to move left them on the bridge. The type of speed them have him to move left them.
But it's not about speed. It's not just about speed.
Yeah. So you go.
It's about speed.
But
you have to run.
Disappointed.
And that is why I always tell you unseen. So when you talk a certain way,
you talk
as if you know for sure what the result is going to be.
You have to talk into being.
It's not a matter of talking to be. If we get everything that we talk, all of us would be millionaires.
No, somebody have to.
What I'm trying to
HP,
say.
Somebody have to wrong, somebody have to right.
What I'm trying to say is that when you look at how well these men were doing, only a lean would separate them. And I keep saying it, a lean. And you say it would have been a runaway. I don't know why you think this race would have been a runaway for Kishane. And you can go to a championship and don't even run the fastest time that you run in the season. And we've seen it over and over.
All the Americans out now for, cut off head.
Of course, they're supposed to.
All right, let's go to the comment section. Keep it. Yes, let's go to the comment section.
But let us just give them the final time, just in case.
What time is the final?
All the men ran sub 10. They all ran sub 10 in the final. Go ahead, Unseen.
So, who win? Wait. Jaja. What? Wow. US baby.
Yep.
How can this not afford to finish?
Yeah.
Lies is the Olympic champion. Let that sink in your brain, everybody.
Noah Lyles is a champion, guys.
I said it, you know. I said it. Can he win this race? And you said no, Akil.
But I said I'm not ruling him out. I've been saying it.
I was close.
I've been saying it from a few months
But
ago.
Noah
is a contender. Kishane is a contender. And the surprise for me is Fred Curley. Fred Curley really step up.
The surprise for me is actually Oblique.
Fred
because
Curley. That's the
Oblique,
thing, because we didn't expect Fred Curley to medal.
Oblique with 9.91, I must admit, is a surprise, but it's still a fast time nevertheless. But what a final, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Look, 0.12 of a second separated first place from 8th place. That's how close this men's 100-meter final is. And United States of America, they break their 20-year drought in the men's 100 meters.
Yes, they have indeed. The last time they won this event, it was 2004 with Justin Gatlin of the United States.
Indeed. So let's give some history. Let us provide some historical context to Noah's performance. So Noah would have given. Sorry about that. My apologies.
Noah Lyles is the Olympic champion. Not the fastest man in the world, but he is the Olympic champion. Just to make that clear, the fastest man in the world is still Kishane Thompson with 9.7.
One thing I know though, every podcast that he goes on, he's the fastest man in the world now.
This is why we need to educate people on what being the fastest man in the world. Being the fastest man in the world means that you've run the fastest time in the season. Noah Lyles is the Olympic champion and he's a world champion, but he is not the fastest man in the world, neither is he the fastest man alive. Just to make that clear. The fastest man alive is from Jamaica, Usain Bolt. The fastest man in the world is Kishane Thompson, also another Jamaican. But Noah Lyles is the world and Olympic champion.
What I will say is, so I just want to give some historical context. So Noah Lyles would be USA the 7th. Noah Lyles' victory today would have been USA's 17th victory in the 100 meters in Olympic history. You know, and congratulations to Noah. Fred Curley, his second time on the podium. In fact, Fred Curley ran 9.81 last time around in Tokyo. So to run 9.81 and get a bronze medal, consistent for consistent for Fred Curley. You know, it was a very impressive final. I must be honest. This final had everybody at the edge of their seats. Akini Simbine, 9.82 seconds, a national record, just missed out on the medals. Can you imagine that?
Yep, 4th place. I mean, I've heard Chris Gale talk about this 4th place, but this 4th place, I've heard Aileen Bailey talk about it too. To finish 4th is tough. It's tough.
Another historical context or another stat to give everyone in the audience. So this is the first Olympic final where every single competitor dipped below 10 seconds, and this is the fastest Olympic final in history in that 7 of the 8 men in this final ran below 9.90 seconds. Whoa. Absolutely whoa.
Brilliant. This is how competitive this event is, and that was why a person like me could not have ruled out Noah Lyles. I could not rule him out of the gold medal because he has proven himself in this event before, not at the Olympic level, but he has proven himself before. He is the world champion. Just a year ago, he won the world championship. So I know that he had it in him, and I knew that he would be coming like a train. And I kept saying this, anybody that Noah is going to beat, he's going to beat them on the line.
Can I time in into the comment section when you finish?
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right. So there are a lot of mixed feelings in the comment section. You know, some person saying that they steal Jamaica there, and Lex Il All say he is in many ways. That's bull crap. Kishane won. Chest, not feet. Plug Steel say it's not the first they cheat us. Oh boy.
No, I just want to
just to clarify something a little bit. I know that it's mixed feelings for us as Jamaicans, but really and truly, if you go back and look at the graphics and look at where the lines are, you will actually see that Noah's torso is actually closer to that line than Kishane. Noah is like this. Kishane is a little upright. So I know it's mixed feelings for us, but find the graphics and look at it. And I mean, Noah's time was 9.79.784, while Kishane was 7.89.
But what I will say though is that the angle that based on the angle that was presented on the television screen, it would have seemed as if Noah his torso would have been just slightly ahead of Kishane Thompson. However, I want to see the other angle. I want to see the other side on angle, an angle that is closest to Kishane, because I really do believe though that depending on the angle that you would have viewed, that this could have been, you know, any of the two races. It would be nice
if we could find the graphics. Can we find the graphics and bring it up on the screen? For the 100 meters.
I believe they will show. I believe they show the photo finish.
Yeah, check. Yeah, the photo finish picture. See if you can find it and bring it up for the viewers to see. Because when I look at it on the TV just now, when you look at it, if Kishane had leaned a little bit more, he would have won, because his feet were closer, but it's just that his torso was too straight.
It's one of the worst way you can lose a race.
Yeah, but we've seen Veronica Campbell done it 2007. Veronica Campbell came from behind and won the 100 meter at the World Championship.
I'm not sure.
Beating Lauren Williams from the United States on the line, because Veronica Campbell leaned. Veronica Campbell was actually leaning at about 5 meters into the finish line. And that was why I said it earlier. When you come down to a race like this, you have to prepare to lean, because you might be the fastest man in the field, but you have to remember that there are people who are also consistent and know how to win a championship.
So they're showing a graphic right now.
All right, guys, if you're close to a television, I think there's a graphic on a TVJ. If you can see, just look at the lines. Just look at the lines on the graphic and look at the torso, and look whose torso is closer to those lines. Don't look at the feet. Don't look at the waist down. Look at the upper body. Like
I think the placement of the athletes, you know, in that race kind of helped Noah Liza as well. I think if he was close to Kishane, he would be in serious trouble.
If placement have anything to do with
not
it.
Not seeing Noah Liza is not good.
No, but we use that theory when it suits us, because you have people who are in the middle of the track and they win the race. For example, Julian Alfred, what lane was she in yesterday?
Yeah, but we're talking about this one. I think the comparison is...
No, but what I'm saying is that we use that explanation when... I guess when it suits us, because now we're saying he is outside, he's in an outside lane.
60 meters, 60 meter lies is ahead. Kishane Thompson actually tried to really mean.
So guys, so if you can see the graphics, just look at the graphics and look at the lines on the graphics and look at the torso, almost from the breast area up.
But the thing about
let me say,
showing it, the thing is,
can I say something?
Is the angle that they're showing from.
You saw that a while ago, graphics. It showed that 60 meter lies one.
No, but I've been saying this, that when persons are saying that he's not a fast starter, I'm like,
Kishane actually run down lies.
You can't say that a silver medalist at 60 meter isn't a
while ago.
A good starter.
60 meter lies one.
I said, you know, my words were, he is not the best starter in the field.
It was there.
He's not the best starter, but
no, it was
when
there.
he get into his running.
The naked eyes, that's why we have to be versed in technology now. The naked eyes don't see a lot of things. 60 meter, Noah Lies was ahead.
That's why the
Noah Lies was ahead. That's why they use the computer. Maybe it was naked eyes, they would have given Kishane. But 60 meter Noella is one. Noella has got a better start than everybody else. Even Oblique Civil, who I'm expecting
and that's the
to.
thing, that's the thing. If you can have the worst start, but you get the best, you get the right start on the day when it matters.
Indeed.
And he did that today. He got the right start today, so it didn't take him long to catch
But
them.
it showed me a lot though of Kishin though, running down and Noella's. Something's there.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Kishin is a very good sprinter and he's going to come back.
No, when you watch the angle, they're using the camera angle from this side. That is the problem. It's tilt this way, so it look like on that side is the right side, but it's from this side.
My problem, and I've always said this, I need sprinters. Sprinters need to learn to lean, especially when you're in a competitive race. Because if Kishin had leaned in, he would have won the race. He would have won the race, but he did not lean the way Noah lean, and it's.
That's it. African girl, easy, Big up African girl, brand man. Big up yourself in the building. All the person in the chat, please to like, subscribe, and share to HP Track Chat and Unseen Sports TV.
Thank you,
It's a
guys.
pleasure to come on this platform to give you guys, valid information. Akil, one of the best, youngsters I've seen in this business, giving the information, doing a wonderful job there. African girl, so Jamaica, you guys gonna take this? Yes, we have to take it. It's right in front of us. Jade Makira, do you think the Jamaican athletes need a mental coach? Of course, I think so. We need a psychologist in the camp. Let's congratulate Kishen after the time was 9.7. Then them come change it. Okay. Plug steel. Kishen toe past the finish line before Lies chest. What are we saying here? Please. Exactly. Kishen toe was over. They did not use toe. They used the torso.
Is it
Yeah,
torso?
the
They use the torso.
they
Yeah,
use.
it's the torso.
Come on, people. We have to accept it and move on.
Yeah, man,
the good thing about
it's
it,
not a steal.
what I take from this race is that Kishen can run down. Oh, no lies. Not everybody in this business can run no lies. I'm looking at the digital thing a while ago, and I see Kishen, not Kishen, no lies, leading at 60 meters. That says a lot. No lies, leading at 60 meters, and always remember, no lies win 60-meter races.
He does.
Yes.
Kishen Thompson run down Noah lies because he never get a good start. If he had gotten a good start, it would be lights out for everybody. That was the issue. His start, Kishen.
Indeed.
And Frano was working on the start because Frano believed in start from, Kishen was in the practice first 30, first 60. But I believe Kishen, this fast start in his head and, just waiting on the gun to react, a lot of things there. It is difficult. It's not easy, HP.
Yeah, it is. I know we don't want to accept it, but this is championship. This is the Olympic Games is the pinnacle of any sport except for football. This is where you go to showcase that you are the best in the event, and it shows that Noah Lyles did what he needed to do. He found the start. And a matter of fact, he started out very rocky. He started out very, very rocky in this event. His first round wasn't impressive, but as he get through the round,
I think he's very confident.
he is very confident. There's no doubt that Noah is very confident, and he won, and we have to give it to him. And
No, I'm
this
saying
one-
60 meter. I'm not saying, remember, say of 10, 20, 60 meter I was leading while Kishen was behind him. Kishen was behind. Kishen never get a good start. That's what I'm saying.
I need to go back and watch the race fully, but the technology shows that Noah's torso was actually at the line before Kishen Thompson. But nonetheless, congrats to Kishen, congrats. A little broken for Oblique.
Yes.
And I hope that Oblique can pick himself up, and because Oblique is a super talent.
But how do you pick yourself up though? Because this is now his third final, and he goes into the final expected to win or be on the podium, and he's not on the podium. How
It's tough.
as an athlete do you recover from not one, not two, but three instances where you were the favorite going into the final and you did not make the podium.
It is tough. It is hard. It is tough. It is tough. But the thing is that it's 8 athletes, 8 lanes, 3 medals. You know, and when you look at your competitor, when you look at the people you're competing with, you know, it's very, very, it's hard. It's hard. And the country just have to rally around Oblique and let Oblique know that, look, we understand that it's championship and we understand that these things happen. And, you know, he's carrying the flag. He's carrying the flag for us, because to get 2 in an Olympic Games after the retirement of Usain Bolt, Asafa Powell, and the dream team that we had, I mean, things are looking bright for us, you know?
I think what I will say in that regard is that I don't think it's going to be that easy to recover from, you know, HP. Because, you know, no, the truth is people are going to be comparing him to a particular athlete of the past. I would love if you could possibly, you know, do an interview with a sports psychologist to really discuss how this could really, you know, how this could really impact his career or his future going forward.
Yes. I totally agree. He will now need a sports psychologist, of course, to, you know, to talk to him. But first of all, the Jamaican fans have to show the love first. The love have to come from us first, not to let him feel bad. So at least he can say, at least the people in my country still love me, and that will help him to get over whatever, you know, whatever is happening with him.
Indeed.
So that's what we need to do. But yeah, broken there, but love Oblique still. And to get 2 in the final, it is a big deal. America got 3, we got 2. And remember, we are rebuilding. We are building since the retirement of the dream team. So this is a good look. This is still
I want to say something as well. Like, you know, I think Oblique, like Kishane Thompson, we have to look into it as well. You know, in terms of races that is run this season, 3 races, then couple Diamond League races. I think 3, 1, 2, and then 3 more. That's what, 6. I think around 8 races he ran, right, for the season. While Noah Lies have multiple of races in the tank.
Indeed.
So I think the confidence of Noah Lies were there. The confidence of Noah Lies were there.
The thing about Noah Lyles is that, as I said before, and as I said it before, Noah Lyles is a competitor. He is, you know, anybody who was going to keep him off the podium, they would have to run really hard. And, you know, the thing with Noah Lyles is that he knows to rise to the occasion, even when everybody else are not faster even when everybody else are, you know, producing faster times than him. He knows when to rise to the occasion. So I have to give him credit for that. I really do.
Just to cut you a minute, I just got some information from my producer regarding Oblique. He felt something in his groin and he had to back off. So he wasn't able to run all out because of whatever.
Let's look again on
whatever he was feeling.
Let's look again. So Noah Lies, 30 meters, Sybil was first.
No, Kishane was ahead of him. Kishane was ahead of him.
60 meter, who is leading?
Kishane and Curly were together.
80 meter, who is leading?
Oh. No, this was this tight, man.
So
just
it's rough.
It's rough. Because the thing about it, I understand why they would give Noah the edge now, but they're just not showing the other angle, the true angle that would show whether or not Noah his torso approach before Kishane.
So Oblique said that he felt a twitch.
Well, to be honest,
that's the issue. Then we have to apologize.
No. The thing about that in an Olympic final, I said it earlier that these finals are so tight that one thing, whether it's a poorly executed race or even a small niggle could literally cost you. And I think that's what happened to Oblique. You know, because as I said before, 9:91 is a very, very fast time for an 8th place finish. You know, that has never happened before. You know, so it just really shows you how tight this race was. Because if you look at the race, you know, only the Jamaicans didn't run a season's best. Well, Kenny Benderek didn't run a season's best either. So it's only the Jamaicans as well as Kenny Benderek didn't run a season's best. Look at Jacobs. Jacobs was injured as well, and he ran 9.85.
Look. Foot
He was injured after the race, and he ran 9.85. So it just shows you how tight, how competitive this race was.
No, well, Oblique look like him gone with it, you know. Then just start, go back. Pull up. Oh. Oblique was out there. So let's look again. Let me dissect it again. So the first 40 to 45 meters, Oblique was in the lead. And Simbini was there as well. Fred Curley on the other side with Kishane. But Oblique was in the lead. Noah Lyles was behind. Right?
Indeed.
Still never get a good start, but 60 meters he started to lead.
But we need to, when it comes down to Noah and his 60 meters, we need to understand that Noah is not going to get the same start as a Christian Coleman. Not many persons in the world
will get the
same start as Christian Coleman. However, Noah's start is decent. He has a decent start, and if we're being really honest here, you know, Obliques. If we're really being honest, I really do believe that Noah, even if Kishane executed his race, I really do believe that Noah, because of how he is, probably would have given that extra to try to catch Kishane. So you have to give Noah credit where credit is due.
I don't agree. I think if Kishane was in front, Noah couldn't catch him based on the two of them have some lethal extra gear in them. That if one is in front, it's difficult for the other to catch him back. And I think that's what happened. Noah Lyles got the edge of Kishane. Kishane really mean a little bit, but could not edge him out with the dip. I think I have to apologize to HP as well. HP got that prediction right. So HP, big up yourself on that. I am not too old to go back and say, hey, I got that one wrong.
HP get it right. I don't think HP
got it right in terms of saying that it was going to be a close one. Who's going to dip first? She got that one.
She got that right.
So
but
we have to say
HP normally doesn't give predictions.
Got that one. HP got that one right. But HP don't normally give predictions because she wants to be the safe person.
Yes.
I like to put myself on the limb because it's a part of the sports analysis, you know, giving predictions and betting and stuff like that. It spices up the thing. So people don't kill Unseen Sports, don't kill Akil. Akil said Oblique, and he was right until 60 meters after the bet was right. It's just a part of the sport. The bet was right. Oblique was leading. And I'm telling you people, if Oblique did not get that injury in his, you know, that grind injury, he would have won that race. What says you?
I don't want to do any ifs right now. You know, the truth be told is that the race happened. Noah won. I don't think we're doing Noah justice if we're going to talk about ifs. But what I will say is that congratulations to Noah Lyles, congratulations to Kishane, and congratulations to Fred Curley.
Yes, indeed. A wonderful day of track and field. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of drama, a lot of things that we experienced today. And at the end, we have to say big up to our Jamaican athletes, the American athletes, all the athletes, the Africans, everyone that entered to that 100 meter who, you know, made the fans, track and field fans, had goosebumps all over their bodies.
Indeed.
It was a good one. But I think Kishane should be proud of himself based on
first
how
Olympic
many
Games.
Competitive race that he did this year.
First Olympic Games.
Right?
Richly deserved.
Yes. So I think the others that run every Diamond League and so on who got beaten today, should say, man, Kishane is really good.
And Fred Curley as well. You look, Fred Curley. No one was sure that Fred Curley would have made the USA team because everyone would have probably had Christian Coleman on the team instead of him. But Fred Curley came and he ran an excellent race, you know, for that bronze medal. Really out-dipping Akani Simbine.
So, all right, let's go into comment section. Comment section festive.
No, man.
Wow, comment section festive.
No, man. No.
All right, guys.
Comment section festive.
Yeah, man. There's no doubt that Noah beat him.
Noah beat him for true.
Yeah, man. There's no doubt.
Yeah, so it's confirmation of the picture there.
Yeah, man. The photo finish. I know the photo finish very well.
It's the upper body though.
No, it's not the upper body. It's the torso.
The torso.
Yes,
right
on the upper body.
Here. Yeah,
it's like the knee. So like the knee part. So from the knee.
So from the knee.
Yeah.
No. Here, so up.
Says look.
From here, so. Almost from your waist, come up to under your
yes,
neck.
his waist was in front because Noah is like this.
Noah lean.
Noah is in this. Like
yeah, Noah
yes,
is slightly
yes.
in.
And his face, Kishane is.
But if you notice the foot, if we were to go by the foot though,
Kishane would have
Kishane's foot was ahead of Noah over the line.
Yeah, but foot no count.
The problem is that what happened is that this is actually an issue of running form, you know. Because if you look at this, both Kishane and Noah lean to the line. But if you look at it, Kishane...
The shoulder of Noah,
look where Noah
is ahead of Kishane.
And look where Kishane is. If Kishane had lean a little bit more...
Describe the torso for the fans, please. Describe the torso.
Our torso is really from above our waist right there up to our neck, right in here. Here. So if I stand people, I hope you can see. Your torso is from here to here, in here, so without your arms, this part, without your arms and your head, that's the torso. Right, Doc?
Yes, indeed.
For me, people, it look dead even now. It look dead even. No, I think they should share the medal.
Noah, edge him out.
I think they should share the medal.
No. Guys, we have to wrap up.
We have to wrap up.
My producer is saying we have to wrap up now. But of course, we will be here tomorrow again for enough more excitement. But this was not the result that Jamaica wanted. But unfortunately, we have to live with it. And as I said before, if you look at the graphic, the computer graphic, it shows that Noah edged him out. But of course, big up to our men. They did us proud. Kishane Thompson did us proud. And Oblique Civil also, who I heard picked up an injury during the race. And it seemed as if even Marcel Jacobs picked up an injury also. So this was a very fast race. All 8 men, sub 10. Awesome, brilliant. The sport is doing well. And with that said, we will catch you guys tomorrow.
If you ask me, every time look at it, they are dead evil.
No, and that is why you have
because the torso did not cross the line that they used to trigger off who come first. They are before. The foot is on the line. Both foot is on the line. It's just a little different to the lean body shape. That's the only thing I'm seeing.
All right, offset, guys. We're going to get an image. And we're going to discuss it, and tomorrow we'll show it to the people. Because I understand the line, because I saw the graphic when Veronica won 2007, just like that, and what the lines mean. The lines mean wherever your torso meet the line, it means that's where you were finished. But guys, HP, we have to wrap up now.
As come on for the set, I'm going to call one of the timekeepers, best in that Mario Harton, and let him explain to me what went wrong.
Yeah, you can have somebody.
I don't understand.
And the thing is that if somebody is going to analyze this thing, they need to be objective and know the rules very well. We don't want a biased explanation.
No.
We want somebody who can.
No, he will tell me the truth because he's that type of person. He works in box one.
So until tomorrow, guys, thanks to all our sponsors, Singer Jamaica Limited, Wet Sundays Continue, HP Entertainment, the Jamaica Pegasus. Who else we need to big up? Micah Weir. Thank you very much. Big up to my producer, Sash. On camera, we had Shamari and Vicky. And, of course, my lovely, lovely co-host, Unseen Sports TV, and the young doctor in the making, Mr. Akil Henry. Thank you, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow.
HP Chat Track in association with The Jamaica Pegasus Hotel and sponsored by Singer Jamaica Limited presents Paris Ayad. Come hang out with HP as we chat about the Olympics track and field with athletes, fans, coaches, and friends of Jamaica track and field and independent style. The Pegasus Hotel in Jamaica is the place to be from August 2 to 11. Come chat with HP Chat Track as we go live with interviews and discussions.
Your girl HP is on her mark, so get set ready.
On your mark, set, go.
Oh yeah, make we chat about it. What if I said?
Let us cheer on Team Jamaica in Paris from Yad. Remember to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends, Yad and abroad.
We're running it